The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Found mine. Never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. Weak soap game, how to have a game so. It's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the main state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Till it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game should be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk. The game should be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus some UNDEDOG, cause a lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'm a fucker, then I leave her. It's the old Mac needs, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac needs.
Break the work down, it's fence to move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence to move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, I fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through, wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dropping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, I beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tire, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, pushing packs, all I do is make squeal. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supply. Random Uber man, here to get away drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the
You ready, Jim?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Call out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life. So I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up?
There you go. What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back
I
at
was like,
you.
I thought he forgot the script. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, I had the mute button on. Rookie.
I just want to welcome everybody to Fantasy Row.
This is your time.
Wide range of emotions.
This is your time. It's your time to get it all out because we're not going to want to hear this shit after this. Now's the time we get it all out of our system.
Yeah.
And then we're done with it and we're on to week 3.
Why do you live on Fantasy Row? We all live on Fantasy Row, the fantasy wide range of emotions. What is putting you through Fantasy Row right now?
Throw it in the chat. Let's hear it.
I'll give you one.
Hold on. Shout out the chat first. Our man
Fucking
Yuck in the house.
What's up, Yet?
Javier Baez fan. What up? What up?
What's good with it?
Stranger in the house. Shout out to the Houday Nation.
Big up.
Bakes a lot. What up?
What's up, Bakes?
Emil, what's going down, bro?
What's happening?
And Yuck said, work. So Kyron Williams to the moon. I mean, for everywhere I have him, I hope so, but I really don't think so.
I mean, you know what's crazy is that Sean McVay is literally like going back to that old playbook. It's crazy because he had to change his ways last couple seasons because everybody on to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is kind of cool to see him going back to the screens and the fucking just running back centric and everything short. It's also like okay, here's one thing. He's one of those coaches that doesn't just go in there and be like, this is what we do, we're going to do it. He goes in there and attacks them accordingly. Like, we knew they were going to utilize the short game like crazy against the Niners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worked as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They basically used their running back like how a mobile QB would attack us. You know what I mean?
And Yuck, let him know. He said, smash the like button for the crew and share the link so the homies we can all ride together. Let's get it.
Let's go. I like that.
Let's see. And our man Hollywood, he said, just checking in from Dubai on the vacation. There we go.
Okay. Don't spit on the ground.
Isn't that a fine over there?
Arrestable offense. You go to jail for that, man.
Shit's wild.
Yeah. And Dubai, I mean, shit. That's one of those places, if you go, you know you're a baller. Or you're just like, Dubai, you got to have some buddy for real.
Damn, that's funny. Hollywood said no love for American football here in Dubai. He said that's all soccer. I went into a bar trying to find American football. They gave me the side eye.
Yeah. When you say football, they'll be like, oh, it's right here on TV. Oh, you Americans. And, it's funny is I always ask people that travel a lot, I say, hey, they don't like Americans. I was like, they don't like white Americans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, then you see me walking around the UK or walking around somebody like, you know what I mean? I might even just blend in for real, you know what I mean? Or they just, I'll get treated the same way the white folks treat us, you know what I'm saying? Like, but only white folks out there, you know what I mean?
When Rafi's like, oh, yeah, I'm in my fantasy, I'm in my fantasy football league. They're like, wait, football hasn't started yet. You mean soccer? He's like, no, I'm sorry. That's what assholes call it.
That's funny. And where was he at? Like in Spain or something?
No, he was with the crew.
Oh, okay.
He's just talking shit to him. He always has a way they talk some shit to him.
That's funny.
And what up, Vince? Vince in the house. And here we go. Let's go.
What's up, Vince?
Uh-oh. Tina said, I'll say it. Dallas Cowboys are going undefeated.
What's the schedule?
Pain.
I mean, they come to the Bay in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You played the Giants, who didn't score a point for like 7 quarters. And then you played the fucking Jets without Aaron Rodgers.
Who would you rather have, Josh Dobbs or Zach Wilson in fantasy? It's really ugly. You had to choose. Gun to your head. 3 bullets in there.
Zach Wilson. At least he's got.
Supposed to say Josh Dobbs. The person I'm hoping watching has Zach Wilson, and I'm trying to send you Josh Dobbs. You need Josh Dobbs. What are you doing with Zach Wilson?
Fuck, at least he has Garrett Wilson. Well, maybe. We'll talk about the injuries a little bit later. And Dennis said Marvin Mims looked good. So good because Bogey dropped him. Yeah, that's how it works.
It happens. It really does that. It really does happen that way, though.
Greg said, anyone really surprised by the lack of production from Jacobs and Henry? Not really, but this is what happens when you don't play guys in the preseason, right? They get off to a slow start. The offensive line's not really gelling right out the gates. Like, a lot of issues.
I'd say for Josh Jacobs, it's more so of like, he's barely being installed back into this offense. You know what I mean? He clearly has not been conditioning because you could see like it looks like slow and sluggish. But like they're just not giving him the work at all, too. And that could be because he ain't been around in a minute. You know what I mean? But then again, you look at the game script, nobody got any work yesterday for the running backs. You know what I mean?
Barely anybody got work for anywhere. Like there was very, very close to like 0 offense. Like it was such a trash.
I mean, that first drive though, right? You're like, okay, Jimmy.
They're about to do it.
And then you remember what Jimmy is like. You win ugly with handsome Jimmy, or you just lose ugly with handsome Jimmy. You know what I mean?
One of the two. And Banks said Zach Moss is on the trade block at number 7. Ooh, all right. Spicy. Getting spicy.
Yeah, I would move him fast if I was you anyway.
What up, Zoo Crew?
What's up, Zoo?
But,
Zoo to whoop my ass.
Yeah, he went wild.
Yeah, but he might have lost Saquon and he lost JK, so you know what I mean? It is what it is.
That hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
And Vincent says San Fran will trash him, but Danny Dimes is legit top 10 QB. No, he's not. Well, how about this?
He top 10?
Nobody.
Fantasy?
How about this? Nobody could be a top 10 QB with the amount of weapons that he has, because it's nothing.
I mean, and like, what did I say all week? I said Danny Dumbass in fantasy is in a great bounce back spot here. And in reality, listen, I was like, why did I say that watching the first 3 quarters? You know what I mean? But I stayed consistent because I stayed consistent with how I feel. This was a bad Arizona defense that gives up booty to the tight end and mobile QBs. Boom. Like, why? You know what I mean? And it took fucking 3 quarters, but it happened. You know what I mean? So whoever had Danny Dumbass, yeah, you probably enjoy that rushing tug with the handful of yards. He had like 60+ rushing yards.
Is it time that we give Arizona a little bit of respect, though? Because I don't think that anybody thought they'd be 1-1 and like literally, a couple drives away from being 2-0.
Well, I think it came to a point where they're like, you know what? And first of all, they didn't beat Washington last week. You know what I mean?
They lost it right at the last second. I forgot. Same thing.
I think that's what they want to do. Running all the plays. Yeah. Okay, now sabotage mode. You know what I mean?
Now's the time.
Now time. Lose it.
Yeah, all like how much were they beating? How much were they beating the Giants by?
21-0.
Yeah.
Then it was like
they came back on.
It was like 27-3 or some shit like that. And then like they going into the 4th. Actually, yeah, going into the 3rd quarter, they had 0 points. They had been blanked for 6 quarters of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was in the 7th quarter where they finally got something right.
First fucking play.
Hold up. Vincent said Danny Dimes legit. He'll show it by the season's over. How's he going to show it when he has no fucking weapons? Yeah, even Patrick Mahomes looks trash out there at times. And that's Patrick Mahomes.
When this is funny. He goes, Danny Dumbass top 10 doesn't even have any logic behind it. Then he comes back, even more less logic. He's legit. I'm telling you. I don't know who you are to judge, to have any kind of like water that can be held by your comment. You know what I mean?
And
because
he said,
you sound like someone who's watched him beat up on Arizona, and he barely could. He barely could.
And he said Waller. I mean, let's see how many games Waller actually plays.
I mean, now there's no Saquon, potentially. You know, what we were so excited to have Waller there this year because he had nothing but Saquon pretty much last year. You know, a bunch of Buddy Hodgins. Who else did they have over there? You know, now they got Hyatt. Fucking, they got all these makeshift receivers, bro. And none of those guys are ever going to come into play correctly unless you have someone taking all the attention away, and that's Waller.
And wait, and I got a question. If Danny Peso, excuse me, if he only gets all of his points in garbage time, does that really make him legit?
You know what? I think Blake Bortles deserves some respect here.
Hey, I mean, they're very similar
That's the garbage time king. Back the dump truck up. You know who's driving that truck these days? Danny Dumbass. He's legit a garbage time king. There you go. Danny Dumbass is elite when it comes to garbage time.
And Vincent said he does it in fantasy. Well, yeah. How come he didn't do it last week though?
So this is your argument, fantasy? Because I was already saying.
Beat up the Cardinals, so you can beat up anybody except the Cowboys because he played them last week and didn't do shit.
Because it's their year. Because it's the Cowboys' year. Is it their year?
Oh man, Cowboy fans, where are you at? Chris 34 said, yo, said, hope y'all have, hope your weekend went well, lads. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was all right.
Let's see.
Same shit, different day. Getting his money.
And Vincent said the Dallas pass rush is insane. You know what? I'm waiting for them to play a team that has a good offensive line so we could like really give them a test.
And a quarterback that makes great reads that just get the ball. Like, yeah, bring that pass rush. Ha! Get it out fast.
Yeah.
That's not Danny Dumbass. Or that's not Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, their pass rush is legit, right?
Micah Parsons is legit.
Who do they got outside of Micah Parsons? Right?
I mean, that's it, right? I mean,
those guys only eat when it's a bad offensive line or poor QB play. You know what I mean? Like that's why I was asking who they got coming up. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go. Let's go look at some stats for the Cowboys. Let's see.
Yeah, they're like really not any fun for fantasy this year.
So that Osa Adigazua, I think.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 sacks, and he got that game 1. Did not get any game 2.
Yeah.
And then you got Dorrance Armstrong. I mean, he got 2 in week 1. Didn't get any this week.
And he's good, actually, like reality-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know who Chauncey Golston is, but he's got 1. DeMarcus Lawrence got 1. Micah Parsons has got 3. And so let's see what that breaks down to. So he's got 1.5 per game. I mean, he's pacing for 25 right now.
Not gonna happen.
But there's guys like his teammate who got 3 in 1 game. There's guys like TJ Watt who got 3 in 1 game. There's guys like Danielle Hunter who got 3 in 1 game. Why does it take Parsons 2 games to get 3 when he's going up against like trash teams, trash O lines?
I mean, he draws all the attention, the double teams, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what he wanted. He wanted the smoke.
Yeah. You made your bed, now you laying it, Michael Parsons.
And Theo, he said, Danielle Hunter leads the league in sacks, and I'm loving it. Because kind of out of nowhere, because he's been hurt for like the last like 3 or 4 years, it seems like. And then he's like, nah, you guys better give me my money on this last year. They restructure him, and he's been balling ever since.
Bro.
Oh, shit. Hollywood said, Bogey, I spit on the ground after walking around after smoking a cigar. And he said, now you got me paranoid. Yeah, well, as long as it didn't happen right away. Like, I mean,
they legit have cameras everywhere, like eye in the sky, like Vegas. So just be careful out there. You know what I mean? And you know me, of course, I know a guy this happened to. He's out. Shout out to my man, Big Banco Franco.
Oh, so you actually have a first-hand story. Well, not a second-hand story of someone.
Yeah, I ain't leaving. I ain't going to Dubai yet unless I'm rich, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yuck said, I'll admit I was wrong on Puka. It's the scheme. I mean, we still don't know how good Puka necessarily is. It's the scheme, but he's fitting into that scheme like perfectly.
I mean, he's assuming he assumed the Cooper Cup role, which is like a double-digit target motherfucker that they're gonna scheme to get the ball in his hands, and then just immediately starts earning the defensive coordinator's respect because they're just on him early. And it was all 2-2, and then they're like, "Oh, switch to 2-2," and then Puka was just doing Cooper Cup shit all over the field, bro. It's crazy.
It is super cool that Cooper Cup likes him and he's helping him as well. Like that has to fucking be making a difference.
I mean, he's a rookie, and he put up a $145 on my Niners. No touchdowns though, because that's really all. That's what we're concerned about, right? That's in reality. Keep them out of the end zone. Go ahead, do all that, and that's cool for fantasy.
Amazing for fantasy. It's amazing for fantasy. Yeah. Him and Tutu. Niners gave up all the short stuff to him. They both had great fantasy days.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference that I've saw with going from D'Amico Ryan to Steve Wilks as our defensive coordinator. Steve Wilks, he's predicated on tightening that secondary of every defense he's ever ran. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's kind of cool. He comes over here. He don't have to worry about the front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And But their style, they're going to keep everything in front, play a lot of zone. He ate that zone up like crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We let them. Maybe that's something moving forward. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how he does against man. I just know.
I mean, that's the thing. You hold a lot of teams to 20 points when you're the Niners. I mean, you're going to get a lot of dubs. I mean, it's going to take a real tough team to keep the Niners under 21 points.
It's going to take a shootout team, like someone who shoots it out and they have a good defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
You
guys play the Eagles this year?
Yeah, we play the whole NFC East.
Oh, okay.
All right. We're going to play the Cowboys in a few weeks. We're going to play Danny Dumbass. And, that's where one of those ones where you fire up all the pass rushers against the Dumbass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing too. If you guys can familiarize yourselves with what defenses do, look at Seattle and the Niners defense, week 1 and 2 for the Rams. They just run a bunch of zone coverages on them. You know what I mean?
Look at that Yuck said, I want to see the Cowboys versus the Eagles, Green Bay, and San Fran. Yeah, because then actually, well, I don't know about Green Bay. I think they're going to walk all over Green Bay, but Eagles and San Fran, yeah, those are going to be solid games. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
said we just beat the Jets, and the Jets supposedly have the best defense. Jets do not have the best defense. They have one of the best.
He said supposedly.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's coming from the guy who did.
Why couldn't they stop the run? Just
it's like they weren't trying.
Inside runs, right in their teeth. You know what I mean?
Do Jets really have to be winning for their defense to be amazing?
I don't get it. I mean, I guess the Cowboys line. I got to watch that game again. I was loaded.
It was. I mean,
I got up early today. I always get up early Mondays, start watching the condensed version of the certain games that I just didn't really pay attention to. I didn't get to that Cowboys game yet.
And Vincent said Debo took it all from Ayuk. I mean, Ayuk was hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Missed an entire quarter. He usually averaged about 8-9 targets. So then for him to get to 6, that shows that he missed some time in the game. You know what I mean? Plus, that Raheem Morris, that's the defensive coordinator for the Rams. And same thing, bro. They run a lot of zone. And I was saying I expect it to be a Debo Kittle game. It was a Debo game. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna go over the middle on their ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the Brock, man, this is cool. If being a Niner fan, if his mistakes are just little things he overthrew a couple of wide open guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the elbow.
3 to be exact.
3 to be exact. The 3 nasty ones that would have been game changers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Each one of those ones could have put them away at one point, put the Rams away. We kept letting them hang around.
2 of those were easy touchdowns.
And I didn't know that Sean McVay, I know he's married to a Russian supermodel. I didn't know that he's married to the Russian mob, though, because there was you kick a field goal in the end. You make it spread.
He's gonna start missing some kicks.
Right? This end with like a second left, like, yep, we're kicking this ball. Fuck the spread up.
And Greg, what up? He said fantasy owners don't care when or how the points come. Right, but you cannot bank on like a whole bunch of garbage bullshit, fluky shit. Like, yeah, we want it during the time that we are playing. We want it to come however, whenever, and very often. But like, when example, it comes to making choices in the future, we have to have shit that we can bank on and look back on and say, oh, look at this.
Yeah, like I've totally faded Michael Pittman. After week 1, Michael Pittman becomes in a conversation where it's like, well, yeah, I hate Michael Pittman. Remove the name, right?
Yeah.
Remove the name. Look what he did week 1. Then I consider him. What did he do week 2? I don't know. I don't have him. But it's like, you know what I mean? Pretty sure people that were reluctant to start him, they were going to chase week 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because now all of a sudden you're like, oh, remove the name, right? I don't care how the fantasy points come, but I'm going to try to calculate how they're going to come. You know what I
mean? The points were way different. 8 receptions, 56 yards. You know, it's really the yards and no touchdown. But he's getting peppered either way. There's nobody there besides him.
Exactly. And now it's Gardner Minshew, perhaps for a week, someone who could actually sling it. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool. If for fantasy, right? I don't even want Richardson for any pieces on that team for fantasy. That's why I don't have any Colts. You know what I mean?
I got this question. And Clock said, due to my league spent half his fab on Puka, is he worth it? Hold on a second. Bogey says, hold my beer. Bogey spent 100% of his fab on Puka. Was he worth it?
I don't even have a beer for them to hold because I had no more money. I spent it all on Puka.
And now looking back after this week, was it worth it?
Yeah. And like now I can flip them even easier because I was trying to last week in a couple spots I had them. They're trying to, you know, it's the stupid, you know, low balls. Like, here's Bateman and no, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Puka's that shit right now, and I'm gonna move. It's a stock market. I'm gonna move it accordingly. Because if not, I'm okay having him. You know what I mean?
Is Puka the Jeremy Lin of the NFL right now?
As in, like, because he's like,
remember?
Lin Sanity.
Yeah. I couldn't even remember what
Sanity.
I mean,
Mania.
Lin Sanity caught the fucking. I'm gonna say it caught the entire world by storm because of his ethnicity. Puka's catching everybody by storm right now.
Yeah, and he's a Samoan. You know what I mean? Look. I mean, shout out to Talanoa Hufanga, right? You know, he's a Uso too. Like, and I mean, you know, there's a lot of Samoans in the game, right? Mainly offensive linemen and D line and stuff like that. You know, that's why it was so polarizing for one of the greatest safeties in the world, right? Fucking with Palomalu, right?
Yeah.
And of course now, and actually. Hufanga's he's Tongan actually, so okay. He's like the Tongan Palomalu. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. People love a good minority that's doing their thing. You know what I mean? Look at Tony Romo, right? Wasn't he Mexican?
Yeah, I mean his last name's Romo, wasn't he?
I mean, no, like I said, wasn't he? Now
he has an Uncle Tom these days. He has an Uncle Tom these days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and Just Grace. He said thoughts on Calvin Ridley. Okay, he just said Calvin Ridley, but thoughts on Calvin Ridley. I'm a little bit disappointed. Our team's really going to be able to like eliminate him. The Jarius Sneed's not that great. And I mean, not that great at like being like a shutdown corner. He's great at tackling and great at like getting fantasy points. Not really a shutdown corner by any means.
Yeah, we love him for fantasy because he gives up the reception and tackles them right away. You know what I mean? And that they just see, that's another one of those games I want to go back and watch and see what in the fuck actually happened. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, why did they played really timid against the Chiefs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ed Peacock, he said, wait, hold my beer, because he traded to get an extra $1 of fab so he could put more fab than anybody even got to begin the season.
I've done that before, heard that before, said that. I've done it all. Listen, I'm okay. Fuck the fab. Fuck the picks. Give me what I want. You know what I mean?
And so funny and crispy, he said, just spend it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you can't go with it. Hey, this morning when...
Hold on. Man, what the hell is Davlin talking about? He said, Bogey giving me shit last week about Puka, and he spent all of his fab on him. He spent all of his fab on... Where were we giving you shit about Puka?
Yeah, I never gave you shit. I mean, Maybe it was the.
Oh, it's because he said it's because he said he's going to be a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's going to be the wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could be a WR1, as in like top 12. I don't know about the 101.
Even then, how can we give him that if we really think that Cooper Kupp's going to come out? I said if Cooper Kupp doesn't come back, he's got a shot. But what if Kupp really comes back in week 5? Puka's definitely not going to be the Puka that we've seen these last 2 weeks if Cooper Kupp comes back.
You know, there was a couple times it was a rough spot, and someone was like Puka or B-Rob the Mob. I took the Mob. You know
I mean? Man, see, Greg, he said Puka was out for me because the fantasy doctors said the oblique would be impossible to play with. Even smart people can be wrong. Don't listen to those fantasy doctors. They don't know shit. I literally Googled these exact same injuries, and I can give it to you sounding like a doctor. These guys don't know shit. Stop listening to them.
You know, it's funny. Like, look at Jason Kelsey, right? Oh, my brother got a hyperextended knee. Man, he'll be all right. I had one of those, right? And so it's like, okay, do you play for an organization that be like, he's clearly hurt, but he wants to get out there. Let's run him out there, right?
Yeah.
There's a different, you know. Hey, you good to go, Puka? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna stay out of practice for the next couple of days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have been as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like, you know, but we don't notice till hindsight. Like, oh, he gets a full go, full complement of snaps.
And you know what the fantasy?
Like, oh, they just held him out.
You know what the fantasy doctors don't do that we do? Report the news every single day so you know exactly what's going on with their status, because it was even on Thursday that they said Puka is on track even without playing. Like, he's likely to play.
Yeah, he was expected to play.
And then it was likely to play on Thursday, and then they said on Friday that he was expected to play. So literally, like, we're giving you news all week that lets you know that he's more likely going to play.
That's another thing too, is like, it was a matchup thing. If you gave me an option and I was willing to play the other matchup, I would have done that. But see, now you know. I can say confidently after 2 weeks, he's a double-digit target guy. You know what I mean? And when look at Puka, 9 targets or whatever. When Cooper Kupp comes back, what if the script flips, the roles reverse, and now it's Puka still getting 9 targets? I still think he would have been worth all the fab that everyone spent.
Well, Davlin just said, okay, then he becomes 2-2 and still puts up 15 a game. That's not wide receiver 1 territory, though.
But see, but I still say it's still worth fab.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he becomes the WR3, like with that could have some WR1 finishes on a week. That happens all the time. What does Zay Flowers do this week?
Fuck. I know he got a lot of targets. I know that.
Right, Tank Dell. Right? These guys are WR3s on a week-to-week basis that could have a WR1 finish. Are they dependable? Probably not. Someone like Puka, if he's going to play that Cooper Kupp role, that's something you just roll out regardless of matchup now.
And Dennis said Puka set NFL records. Well, there was a reason why I brought up Jeremy Lin, because he set hella NBA records as well.
As a rookie, yeah.
Well, in those 6 games or whatever, like that he started, like it was like a pace that no rookie had ever got out to, any rookie in NBA history.
My brother-in-law from Jersey grew up a Knicks fan, and I remember him like he was on that Lynn Sanity back in the days. He was like, I'm telling you, this kid, bro.
He was tight. He was tight at the time for sure.
I mean, especially if you on the Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were trash, straight trash at that time.
I guess that's cool about being a Knicks fan, though. Is like you're always gonna play in a sold-out stadium because everybody want to go see the other team.
Yeah, when you play in the Mecca, you know, like shit, and like people are traveling from around the world to like, you know, scheduling their shit around basketball games so they can go to Madison Square Garden and see a basketball game. I want to go see a basketball game at Madison Square Garden. Fucking seems hella dope. And Greg said Ridley was a toe tap away from a TD. Yeah, that would have saved his day fantasy-wise. Man, it was so close, too.
Yeah, and there was another one he got overthrown. Or no, he caught one and he was already out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was Zay. That was Zay.
Yeah, that was that was the toe tap that you're thinking of from Zay, probably. Because it was thrown over his head and he was able to tap one in, but couldn't tap the second toe. It's just too far. But he kind of had to put it, he almost had to put it there to put it out of reach of the defender. Like that was, it was Trevor not putting it in a place where he could get picked off. And Crispy says, bruise knee, puss.
They don't make them like they used to, Crispy.
And Davlin said, Bogey says no way he'd play him against San Fran. Said, I told y'all minimum 8 catches, 80 yards. Well, wait, but Bogey, did you play him anywhere against San Fran?
Yeah.
Because I did.
You know, if I had decisions, other options that, you know, if I go back to last week, I probably still make those same decisions. You know what I mean?
I feel like he's remembering the story wrong. Were we talking about specifically like someone starting over someone? Because there's a bunch of people that
I remember my recall is impeccable. I remember him coming and making that proclamation. He's going to get like 8 yards or something. I said, "What is he if he gets the volume?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was the thing. It's like, is he going to get this same volume? You know, now after 2 games, it's like, oh yeah, Seattle and the Rams and my Niners, they run a ton of zone. Of course, he's going to eat up the zone. You know what I mean? Sean McVay. You know, that's one of those ones where they remove the name. Okay, if you remove the name Puka and Cooper was playing, you just look at the numbers, you go, oh, that was Cooper. Right?
Yeah.
You got that role. It's the double-digit target motherfucker. That's crazy. I promise you, I couldn't believe it. I had to see it again. It's just like anyone who rolled out any rookie receiver week 1. Look at people that started Marvin Mims week 1. They're trying to tell you Marvin Mims. I don't know. I got to see it first.
Yeah.
Even after this game, 2 big catches. One goes for a tug. I don't know if I'm running out to be like, okay, I'm gonna start him every week. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Like Addison, how many Addison questions?
He said the last time you said a wide receiver did that against San Fran, you said it was a defender tripped, and DK did it last year.
Yeah.
I mean, when have
I was talking about scoring a touchdown as a receiver. I was talking about scoring a touchdown as a receiver. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Did Puka score a touchdown? No. Did any of the receivers score a touchdown? Nope. See, and that's me remembering the data, remembering what my Niners do. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? That's what gives me if I was definitively sure he was going to get double-digit targets, I'm going to be like, listen, probably going to get held out of the end zone. He's going to get double-digit targets. Who cares about the matchup? You know what I mean? I cared about the matchup going into week 1, week 2, trying to give people sound advice. Like I said, I'm happy I told people to start B-Rob over him in some instances. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You said your team bias got in the way. But when San Francisco shuts down wide receivers, how is that team bias?
I'm trying to make the right move for fantasy. That's what I'm trying to do.
Because Deontay Johnson and George Pickens and all of them did like so great like week 1. Like,
yeah, and then even like we're so good against tight ends, and then we give up a fluky ass 1 reception for a tug to Freiermuth. You know what I mean?
Because see, like I don't know, like saying someone's gonna go 8 for 80, like we can literally say that about anybody, and you know what? 50% of the time we'll be right because they either do it or they don't.
Because they have a target market share that we can expect.
Yeah, I want to see receipts for like I sat Brandon Ayuk and played Puka. You know, I want to see some receipts like that because I played Puka in our $600 league. Nobody cares. I had like hella injuries, so I just played him because I was like out of options.
Yeah, I mean, we had a St. Brown versus Ayuk question. I went with St. Brown. It's hard to not.
It was St. Brown, Keenan Allen, and Ayuk. We had to pick 2
out of 3.
And we told him.
I mean, like, and that's rough. That's rough. Where's my bias there? You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, normally people's gonna chase those touchdowns. You know what I mean? He was the WR1 on the week last week. Was he 1 or 2?
Ayuk number 2 behind Hill.
Yep, number 2 on the
right
week.
above Jefferson.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
all about the matchups, man. Like, I mean, cool. Did you win any money by like saying Puka was gonna go like 8 for 80? I hope so, because you're like real excited about that. He's because he has him in Dynasty everywhere. That's why. It's because he picked him everywhere in Dynasty.
And you know what though? That's one thing too about. I feel the same way about Dynasty and IDP specifically. Like when you make a right move, you're like, "Yep." Pat yourself on the back.
And you know what I said? Why didn't you show up at the time of the NFL draft and all that when we're actually doing our dynasty drafts and be like, man, you guys need to draft Puka? I probably would have drafted him in more places just to see maybe this crazy guy is right.
I drafted him in one dynasty, even traded up back into the draft to go grab him because it was just like there was like blurbs going on. And then that was it. It's almost like then they kept him quiet. Well, it wasn't like Cooper Kupp was supposed to die in early in the year anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yuck, he said, I played Kyren, league winner Williams.
As long as that little motherfucker can stay upright, man. because he actually works behind that bad line. You can't see him, man. It was kind of crazy. It popped up out of nowhere, like, oh shit, there he goes. You know what I'm saying? little guy. That's like me running out there.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be.
He laid a hat on somebody too. I was like, oh, okay, Kyron.
I mean, it's nuts how much of a part he is of the game plan. I mean, leading rusher, third leading receiver, and it's like, like Kyren is more of a part of the game plan than Van Jefferson, like ever will be. Just on the receiving end, not even in the running.
There's even one right there in the red zone, and Van Jefferson drops that shit, or it would have been clear to the end zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it happens. See, that's the thing too. Even after last week, I'm not saying nothing about no Van Jefferson. It was like 2-2, if anything. You know what I mean? Because after week 1, you can't be like, no, I'm telling you guys, it's gonna. You know what I mean? We saw it, so we had something to base on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dennis said, "Tell me you have more faith in Tony Poster, Kyren Williams rest of the season." Well, I mean, why wouldn't we have more faith in the guy who plays for the better team and has a little bit of a better line and is like top 5 running back like through week 2? Like, come on, man. You know that.
And at the end of the day, Pasta is not on any of my rosters because of what I was not willing to spend on him in redraft. You know what I mean?
And Davlin said, oh, yeah, it's because I have him in 90% of the leagues. But you also said you can't get in leagues with us, right? Because your wife would have a cow. I remember that.
I think he's talking about me being sarcastic and how like my wife won't sign my permission slip.
No, that was him saying he had 31 teams last year and he added like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Something. Yeah, he has like 41 now. Listen, man, you're a true DJ. I love it. you're right at home with us. I promise you. You know what I mean?
We're just bigger DJs. I mean, come on, we hang out with chicks like Chaotic, who's in like 150 leagues and all that. Got to step your bars up, Davlin.
Davlin playing in more leagues than me. I'm only at 38. I've got a shitload of best balls, but they don't count to me.
Well, they should count, but yeah, it's I always preface it. I have this many leagues. I have this many that are non-best.
Oh, I'm actually at 40. I keep forgetting to count those fucking wafer joints.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm in 2 of those wafer ones, but you know, that's for sport.
Elias said I drafted him in best ball, but the rest of the draft was mid. Dennis said how Warwick Dunn was so small you couldn't see him behind the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I remember being excited for Clyde Edwards-Helaire at one point. He would get crushed and he would die. And then it even reminds me of like I was like trying to compare him to like MJD or like Devontae Freeman, like who are these other small backs that just work? You know what I mean? But even Devontae Freeman, he, you know, when you're small and you're running back, you're it's a volatile position to play. You're getting beat up. You know what I mean?
Man, Joe said, I hope Gibbs does something next week. I mean, fuck, he had 7 receptions. Like, come on, man. Like, without Monty, he's going to get more work, but that's disrespect right there. 7 receptions. I know it wasn't crazy on the yards, but still.
Who do they got this week?
Who do they got this week?
That was the matchup, though, man. They were all, I mean, Monty did play. We expected a big game out of the running back.
Shitload of carries and then got hurt.
Exactly.
And they play the Falcons. That's the play.
Yeah.
And Greg said I'm in 1 best ball league. No way. Well, if you're in best ball, there should be no waivers because that's what best ball actually means. He said 3.
No, but there's like those hybrid.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what that is, right? That's for people that just don't want to just make the decision to start their lineup, but they'll put waiver claims up. Right. I mean, I guess like, you know, if there's something for everyone, that works out for the fantasy manager on the go.
I get it, but you better play in a shitload of leagues if you need to like tweak the rules of like best ball.
Yeah, best ball. Set it. I mean, you draft it and leave it. That's best ball. This is like like better ball or something.
This is like easy ball.
Best balls.
I don't have to make the choice on who to start or sit, but I get all the trading fun and waiver.
I can cut someone too. And cut them, fuck them.
And Demo 27 said, should I trade Damian Pierce for Jahmyr Gibbs? I mean, would someone trade you Gibbs like right at this exact moment when Monty is going to be missing multiple weeks?
Yeah, I'll do that trade.
And spoiler alert, it's not a bruised thigh for Monty. He has a quad injury.
That's all bad.
Yeah. We'll get into the specifics of the injury, but yeah, he has a quad injury, not a bruised thigh like they led us to believe.
And we just gotta hope he don't get on the IR because that'll be an indication that it's not that serious. But
yeah, he's missing
quad, that's a couple weeks.
He's missing 2 to 5 weeks. Like it's like minimum 2 weeks he's missing.
Yeah. So if he gets put on the IR, give some clarity here.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a good coming out party for Gibbs going up against Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Like, for example, Jerry Jeudy, soft tissue injury. The fact they didn't put him on the IR, we should have felt good about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he didn't do great when his first game back. But that's the point, though, is that, we were thinking we're going to be without him for a while. You know what I mean? Montgomery, if I'm a Gibbs owner and Montgomery gets put on the IR, there should be no excuses. I better not see no Craig Reynolds out there and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Josh
Reynolds' little brother.
Yeah. Yeah, we better not see any shit like that. And what Yuck say? Someone offered me Jamar Chase. And what? Running back, who's E. Wilson?
That's from the Rams. Oh no, that's from the Green Bay Packers. Emmanuel Willis.
Except for so really it's just like, let me just throw someone in here to make it an even trade.
Let me just make the decision harder for him because they have to decide who to drop.
And for Calvin Ridley or Herbert.
Yeah.
He said I got to take this, right? Well, I mean, that's the running back, Herbert?
I'm assuming QB. Because why the fuck would anyone want Khalil Herbert?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably making that trade to case. And Elias, he said, and then there's me. Thought being in 4 leagues was bad.
I don't know. Like I was, what I hated about when I was playing like single digit leagues, like I had 4 or 5 leagues. Like if I found myself just drafting the same type of team somehow, because if it don't work out, it's not going to work out all the way around.
Davlin, don't give me your excuses. And hey, our man Hess in the house. Shout out to the Cannabis Guardian Angel. Davlin, don't give me your excuses. He said, I'm in the corpse. My wife gets my free lawyers. She will take half of everything if I don't keep my league count on the low. Yeah, I would love to see someone go in front of a judge and say, I'm divorcing my husband because he plays in too many fantasy football leagues. I want to see that. Send me the tape so we can use that, but it's never going to happen.
That's why my first 7 marriages failed, bro.
Don't give me that bullshit, okay?
That's funny. He's real serious. He's like, does she know you're watching the show right now?
That's why he has to stay on Facebook so he can stay anonymous.
Listen, I got to stay anonymous.
And Peacock said Pierce is not in a committee. The entire offensive line is injured. Yeah, because didn't they even keep out what's the 5th guy who was like their starter was Laramie Tunsil?
Yeah.
And then
the only guy in the world named Laramie.
Parents are very confused.
I mean, they couldn't decide between Larry and Jeremy.
And Texas Stevie, we're going to be getting to the injuries in like a few minutes here.
Yeah. And we're doing what, studs and duds?
Studs and duds. Yeah, we'll start with the injuries. We'll get some studs and duds actions going there. And Hess said bulletproof. B Rob the Mob got plenty of work. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's my guy.
Yeah.
You want to know why I was just on B Rob? Period. It is because, man, this Eric Bieniemy, it was a running back turn running backs coach, turn offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like but he happened to have Mahomes, right? So of course they're not gonna be like, let's really emphasize the run. They're shredded. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be a run-centric team once they get it going. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be great for the Wolf. Because after they got that run going, they were picking him apart. He was getting surgical, like, right? Come on, man. Tell me the Wolf wasn't out there slinging.
Yuck said, y'all haven't met Mrs. Yuck. See, that's the funny thing is like literally every single one of us does not have a partner that is like, hey, go play in 1 million fantasy football leagues. Not me, not you, not anybody. So we all go through the same shit as men with this. There's not one of us that does not deal with this part of it.
I remember 10 years ago when it was mandatory in my home league to have the league meeting, and we're getting loaded as fuck. And that's just how we discussed the rules. Then we would schedule the draft date and then throw a party for the draft. And my girl would be like, man, you guys just have excuses to just throw a party. Right? Like, but see, she didn't understand. It wasn't until like years in it, where especially when I started doing podcasts now, she's like, I can't believe there's other motherfuckers obsessed off that shit in the world like you. I'm like, oh, they're out there, baby. You know what I mean?
Jerry said, okay, there's a channel on YouTube that that opens card packs, and his wife left him during his live, and I was watching.
Damn. He was ignore that, guys. This next card, he tried to keep it together.
See, that's different than fantasy football. I mean, that's a content creator who's probably like doing like 5-10 card breaks a day. Who knows how much he's doing that?
It's good money in those if you got it going like that. Shit.
Fantasy football.
Here's the thing: you could be working a regular job and be away from her all the time. You're like, you just work all the time. Hey, gotta get this money. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it goes. And the Joker said, full PPR Fields. He ain't doing shit. You damn right. He said, who should I drop for Cousins? Oh man, see, I guess that is the blessing and the curse of playing in single QB leagues. And he said, Fields, Algier, Khalil Herbert, Chig. He has Hunter Henry or Alexander Madison. Chig. Yeah, right away. Do it. Well, actually, I guess it's not Tuesday, not Wednesday. So yeah, I got to put in the waiver.
Yeah, I mean, and if you guys are watching our show, you know he was the discount, top 6 option because we have him throwing for 5,000, and he's pacing.
Yeah, not even top 6, right? Like, I mean, we were getting him like QB 12.
No, I'm saying he's the discount, like as far as who could finish in the top 6.
Oh yeah.
In the draft, he was the discounted guy. No one's like, there were some people like Danny Dumbass, bro. I'm telling you, he's about. I don't know about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, though, he already has a career track record of getting close to 5,000, and then you add Hawkinson and Addison to Jefferson. He's throwing for 5,000 on a team that can barely even fucking run the ball. Doesn't even want to run the ball.
Tino said, my wife and I settle every argument with Oklahoma drills. He said he's 7-13. Wife's out there smacking them around in the Oklahoma drills. And Matt said, I'm up 30 against Shaheed, Juwanna Man, and the Browns D. What are my chances? I mean,
is it standard or PPR?
Yeah, and really, like, how much do the defenses score? Like, that's really what it comes down to. Because, like, I think each of these players can easily go under 10 points. But I don't know about the defense. Like, your defenses just score abnormally high.
Yeah, and like if it's sacks are 1 point, picks are 2. Can he pick? You guys picking his name? Maybe he's good for 1 pick. You know what I mean? But I think the Steelers put up points. So that 10 points that your defense initially is going to get, that probably doing those down to about like 4. Then you just got to try to avoid a bunch of sacks and picks. That's what's funny about it.
Somebody passed Bogey a lighter.
It drops down. Huh?
That said, somebody passed Bogey a lighter.
Yeah, let me light up. I got to roll.
Shout out to Candlestick. What up? And Dennis. Dennis is doing it the right way. He said, my wife went from 0 leagues last year to 4 leagues this year. That's huge. Not even starting off with 1, just diving into 4. My DJ, I don't even know how to pronounce this. My degenerationism is rubbing off on her.
Love it. Hell yeah. Degeneratism?
Yeah. And Minnesota Viking Queen said, Dennis, that's so sweet. Is she liking it so far? I mean, she was in here asking questions and stuff, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, she drafted some bad. Her team's with some bad motherfuckers too.
And what up, Nick Tab? He said, I convinced my girl to make her own female league with her friends. Nice. Because really, it's about fantasy football, But it is about the camaraderie. Like usually it's like, you know, a home league with like your friends, a work league with like your work peeps or like whatever. Like that's usually how it starts, with some kind of something that brings camaraderie
to destroy the ones that we love.
Because
like, what can we do where we can talk shit and enjoy this thing that we already enjoy? And like, this is my favorite. Let's make it painful. Right?
Fantasy football at its core.
To the joy and the pain that is fantasy football.
True or false, Bogey? Fantasy football at its core is proving that you're better than your friends.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the meme. it's a meme that you made that actually is floating around.
What up, Austin? And Stranger said, wouldn't the proper word be degenerateness? Ooh, I like it.
Or degenerative nature? Degenerative properties. Qualities?
And Dalen, or is this Dalen? Can we call you Dylon? It just sounds cooler. And he said,
I thought you were just pronouncing it wrong, man.
Do I trade Swift for Chase? If you can trade away Swift and bring back Chase, yes, do it. That'd be insane. Do it. I mean, and Austin said, I'll report on Monty. Sounds like good news. What? He has a quad injury.
Is it a bruised quad? Because when they say quad, we just think it like this is soft tissue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they even came out and said it's likely going to take a few weeks to heal.
I mean, it was swelled up so bad that they put ice on that thing right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, okay, it's Dalen. Okay. Well, if you haven't watched the Chappelle Show, that's why we say Dylon. Because who's the best 5 rappers alive, Bogey?
Dylon, and Dylon.
Has said, I hope Kelly has a much better game versus Minnesota's crappy D. I think that anybody who is a starting running back in the NFL can go over 69 yards against the Minnesota Vikings.
69, dudes.
So you gotta start your running after 2 weeks. You got a running back, start him against Chicago. You got a running back, start him against Minnesota.
Hell yeah.
Who else we picking on so far?
Let's see. Who's giving?
Oh, you got a running back? Don't start him against Tennessee. As much as I love the idea of Kelly, how many times we told people not to play Kelly this week?
All bad.
All of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there may have been like one person that we told to do it, and it was because it was so bad. Like the other options, we were like, all right, I guess Kelly. They're like, but don't expect a good game.
And that's also like, you know, just me expecting like Eckler to miss more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Steelers, I mean, I know that it was the Niners last week and like it's about to be Chubb, you know, this week, but Steelers missing Cam Hayward now for multiple weeks as well. Steelers are going to be one of those teams you play running backs against them.
Plus, I mean, the Steelers have been doing this for the last 2 years. They're bottom 3 against the run.
Right.
Last 2 seasons, they're just picking up right where they left off.
What up, Antonio? Antonio in the house.
What up, birthday twin?
And Dalen said he got offered Wilson for Swift. Which Wilson? Garrett? I mean, we're going to talk about him. Like, we're about to jump into the injuries like right now. So wait and hear the injury report on him, and you can decide. Joe said Moss versus the Ravens. Joe said Moss versus the Ravens. How about nobody versus the Ravens? Like, Ravens run D is ferocious. That's all that's ferocious about him.
Flip Zach Moss now.
Yeah, he ain't playing Houston every week.
Oh yeah, that's right. Running backs, start them against Houston.
Of course.
Other bottom 3 run defense for the past 3 seasons.
Definitely do that. We're gonna see if Carolina Panthers. We're gonna see tonight.
Yeah,
if they're one of those teams that we say start all your running backs versus.
Because man, Tyler Algier, Boo Boo, and B Rob him on them week 1.
Yeah,
and
so
here it is.
What Jamal can do.
Yeah, let's go, Jamal.
Okay, Jalen said it was Garrett. Yeah, I mean, I would probably do Garrett for Kelly. I mean, for Swift, yeah, send it. And Dennis said, "Can we play Aaron Rodgers highlights this season before we dump him into our injuries?" I sent it on Facebook.
No,
it was only the hard knocks highlights, right?
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be the one snap or like the 4 snaps.
Yeah, I mean, not even highlights, just the 4 total plays that he was able to run.
Was it me or did he look like Yokier in the Jets uniform?
Maybe it's the colors. Kind of look the same.
It's the different green.
Maybe
it's the non-yellow helmet.
Oh man, Yuck said Breida is going to be this week's Kelly. Said he's ass biscuits. No, I'm not buying. Well, see, the reason why you buy them if you can is to potentially move them to the Saquon manager, or really, I mean, man, it's the scarcity. Like that's really what it is. It's about, I mean, unless you really want a landmine to go out there, that's what it also is.
Like, shit, I release stuff back into the wild all the time. Last week I cut Zach Moss just to make room. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, fuck it. Because I was trying to flip him. But I had to make moves. Now it's like, man, if I just waited 1 week, you know what I mean? Because then I probably would have been able to move him to like the person who lost. Like in our league, shout out to Zoo. He had Saquon and JK Dobbins. So it's like, you know what I mean? He might have been looking at like Zach Moss, like, oh yeah, let me get that Zach Moss. You know what I mean?
Which one is that? The green ball?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's rough.
And you got all the running backs too, so you know what I mean. You might be able to talk to him. That's why he's like, "Which one is that one?" He's like,
that was my that was really one of the philosophies I was trying to pound home to everybody. Is not go chunky running backs, just all running backs. Really, just get one good one at the top, build evenly, but just stack up these running backs, because at the end of the day, the reason why running backs are usually drafted higher is the position scarcity, and it always comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Just, you know, it just sucks like if you get the bad guard and you just have all the running backs keep getting hurt, because that happens a lot too. I mean,
I had Aaron Jones go down in week 1. Luckily, I got a guy like B-Rob who's right there, just so I don't miss a beat.
And you know what was cool about B-Rob this week? It wasn't just that Antonio get like people that were Antonio Gibson truthers were like, oh well, now it's all B-Rob because he fumbled. Like you fumble, you have a fumbling history, Antonio Gibson. You know what I mean? That's what fucks you up when you fumble and you have a fumbling history. You know what I mean? Because he still got a good amount of work yesterday.
And really, what it is, I think there's just a big talent discrepancy at the running back position between those two. I think B-Rob is just way better than Gibson out of the back.
Yeah, B-Rob actually played running back for 4 years in Bama, right?
Right.
Versus a guy who played he had 70 total rush attempts, something like that. 70 total touches in college.
Yeah.
That was the Antonio Gibson complete project. You know what I mean? Raw.
I mean, that guy was a 3rd rounder, right? I mean, you draft guys like that in the 3rd round, not these projects, and draft them in the 1st round like people think you should. And Zukru, he said, I traded JK before the season for Love. He said,
okay.
Love and Flowers. Okay. He said, but he had Monty and Barkley, though.
Oh, that's what it was. That's who. Okay.
Still too big.
Bro. That was a good deal. You came up on Jordan and Love.
Yeah.
For a running back.
Because really, the Packers D is just, I mean, Jair is Jair, but their D is just so bad that he's going to have to throw it like this.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mean, that goes back to what I was saying all offseason, man. Like, they really going to have to, if they can't run the ball, their defense ain't gonna keep no points off the board.
Man, he still only threw for 151 yards. He got lucky. Like, man, he should have had like 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions got dropped.
You know what's crazy too is like now after 2 weeks, like Green Bay has more reputation, and that reputation was with Rodgers. But what I like is that for fantasy, if you had Jordan Love, you're not mad at it, right? Yeah. I mean, he's a super flex QB. Also, look at they still gave up a shitload of points, whether it was garbage time or not, to Chicago, and then they couldn't fucking put away Atlanta, and they left them in the game to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was Desmond fucking Ritter who throws a bunch of passes that should be picked as well, but he has playmakers that got fucking dummy wingspan. You know what I mean?
Me and Tino have been on the same page about Green Bay just being like super, super ass. They are.
Yeah, and I've been saying it all offseason that we should expect Jordan Love to be chucking that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of. I can't wait till Christian Watson comes back. Help out my Romeo Dobbs, man.
I mean, it's probably better that they're keeping him out. I mean, versus bringing him back and injuring
for reality.
And
I'm talking for fantasy. Bring his busted ass out. Have him play decoy or something, man.
We don't have the snaps. We'll get that tomorrow when we talk waivers. I'm sure all the snap percentages and everything will be up. I mean, that's what sucks about Dobbs is like they didn't leave him out, but he's out there playing limited fucking snaps, and then like, yeah, it's just all bad.
Yeah, and then Jalen Reed benefiting from lesser coverage to the two touchdowns.
Yeah. And AJ Terrell, that's just going to be a thing all year. We just got to remember that. And that's the cornerback for the Falcons, if you guys don't know. Shutting motherfuckers down.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. And receivers, start them all against Chicago also.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago is just like, if you have any player going up against Chicago, you just start them. Like, it almost doesn't even matter. Look at how bad they are everywhere. Oh, man. They're going up against the Chiefs next week. Let's go. Chiefs need a real bounce back game here. Throwing up a big 40.
Oh, no. Is it Kadarius Toney's coming out party?
Oh, man.
Tony.
Nah, this needs to be like Travis Kelce, like 20 receptions for like 300 yards. Just like get it back on pace. You know, like I
can see Isaiah Pacheco finally getting a bill.
We need it, man. We need.
I mean, he had some big gashes yesterday.
Austin said, "Fire up, Tony."
Oh, that's
damn it. Austin said, "My buddy's a Packers fan. And he swears the Packers are the real deal." Packers have a very.
Is he watching the games that we're watching? So you mean to tell me Atlanta's the truth?
Man, they must be. If like he thinks that the Packers are the real deal, that means Atlanta's the titty.
Who's undefeated in the NFC? Niners, Falcons,
Cowboys, Eagles, Commandos, Niners, Falcons, Bucks, Saints as of right now.
Yeah,
a lot of undefeated teams over there right now.
And but is this taking any kind of shape right now? Like when you look at the records, it doesn't change. You're not seeing like, oh, okay, Atlanta's the truth. No, none of that.
Right. I mean, there's only 2 undefeated teams in the AFC. That's the Dolphins and the Ravens. Browns have a shot to go undefeated, but that's it though. As of right now, there's only potentially 3 undefeated teams over there, and in the NFC, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
But when I look at the records right now, it's not like I'm seeing some kind of playoff.
No, it's a lot of bad. It's a lot of bad schedules in the NFC because, like, if
the Falcons they beat up on a rookie-led Carolina Panthers, and then they beat up on the Packers, who are clearly trying to get it together with Jordan Love.
Yeah,
and their defense is so bad.
Yeah, Packers are still leading their division right now at 1-1.
Wow.
Over the Lions because they have more points for.
Yeah. Wow. I thought the Lions should have put away Seattle there. Of course, here comes Goffel doing Goffel things. Just throws the game away at the end. And that's crazy because you can't even say that's really Goffel things in the last. I mean, he had like the longest streak of like not throwing pass attempts without a pick. And he was about to break Aaron Rodgers' record, and then they picked his ass to hell. Take that one home.
Yep. All right. Let's see.
Fantasy row.
Let's see. We're going to jump into the injuries right now. Let me mark this here. Peacock said at worst, Puka is a top 15 wide receiver for 3 more weeks.
Yeah, minimum, right? Till comes back, and it's like, I mean, I had a mushroom Molly epiphany yesterday. Is the motherfucking like they really can move Cup, like when he comes back. You know what I mean?
They go up against the Bengals. They go up against actually let me just click that team. They go up against the Bengals, the Colts, and the Eagles. I mean. Bengals shouldn't be too tough for Puka. I mean, they don't really have the best secondary.
Texans just threw all over the Colts.
Colts have garbage corners, but yeah, you get the Eagles. I mean, that's going to be a tough test over there for Puka because maybe Slay follows Puka.
It's gonna be a scheme thing.
Yeah.
Scheme versus defense.
And Antonio said the necklace is fire. The weed necklace. Yeah. All right.
Pun intended.
Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. We're going to jump right into the injuries. Tino said Slay ain't shit. All right. Here we go. Into the injuries.
Coming in hot.
What up? What up? All right. We got some injuries for you today. If you guys are watching on replay, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Turn on all the notifications on the channel. Let's start off with some QBs. Anthony Richardson, El Concusto. It did not look good. It was when he was running in that second touchdown. Gets thrown to the ground. Smacked his head
on the turf.
Yeah, on the turf. This is why we need grass, because the grass would have softened the blow a little bit.
He self-diagnosed right away. He's like, you know what I mean? Yep, I'm out of here. Get me out of this game.
He was already wobbly. So let's see what happens. I mean, it could be missing 0 weeks. It could be missing a week or two. This is why you got to follow us right here, because every Monday through Friday, we're bringing you fantasy news today, and we're going to be giving you the updates on the practice reports. This one sucks. Joe Burrow re-injured the calf. Oh, man, this is just something we're going to be dealing with all week. Like, I don't even know if he's going to miss any time, but just like dealing with this calf injury, it's obviously messing him up right now.
Man, get his ass in the shotgun, bro.
Why didn't they just listen to Chase? Should have kept him out till like week 5, at least until he's 100%. Not all the way 100%, and then he keeps getting hurt.
Jake Browning in the super flex just to block the Burrow guy. Maybe you could flip him to him. You could do that all this week too, before anything. You know what I mean? Whoever has Burrow, especially in the super flex, because if you got him in a single QB and you drafted like in August, you weren't reaching up to get him. People were scared of that calf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, it's ugly over there. So, we'll see what happens. We just got to follow the practice reports because he's day-to-day as of now. So, it's not like we know he's going to miss or not miss. So, we just got to be following. David Montgomery. So, we got more injury news. It's actually a quad injury. It's not a bruised thigh. And they're saying he's going to miss. They're saying it's going to be a few weeks. So, I'm assuming, for any kind of like quad injury, we're usually missing like 1 to 2 weeks minimum. We see guys miss up to 4 to 5 weeks with this. So we'll see. But Jahmyr Gibbs versus Atlanta Falcons. People are going to be excited to finally play him. Where he's the guy.
And the Falcons are lightweight. Rough on defense for fantasy, bro.
Yeah. Now, this happened on Saturday, but Amari the Pooper Scooper, they said he's unlikely to play tonight. He re-injured his groin strain is what they're calling it. This sucks. Sucks for Watson.
It's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. So we'll be following this. Who knows if he misses any more than week 2? They may keep him out. Now he's injured it, and now he's re-injured it in practice. Like, it's not good. So who's going to be the beneficiary because of it tonight, you think?
Okay, the depth chart says that the guy who steps in, Marquise Goodwin. I think like if there's a long-term injury for the Pooper Scooper, it's the Cedric Tillman kid. But, the beneficiary for sure has got to be Elijah Moore immediately. Like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, they got him. They traded for him for a reason. We got to see it, bruh. He's a weapon, bruh.
Watch Harrison Bryant go out there and get 2 touchdowns.
They're tough against the tight end.
Yeah.
Steelers. Or maybe it's because that could be skewed, too. That could be that no one attacks them with the tight end because they're too busy running down their throat. You know what I mean? The tight ends are blocking and shit up.
Let's see Nick Chubb just go out there and go wild.
I mean, come on. I'm expecting it.
Yeah. He got more receptions last week than I think a lot of people were expecting. And what if he goes out there and gets like 5-6 receptions?
What?
Because let's see. What did he get last week? He got 4 receptions. The yardage wasn't crazy, but still, like, there was very few games where we saw him get 4 receptions last year. Really, any time in his career. We're not seeing that.
I mean, I can't really think of any time. I've seen him take a screen. You know what I mean?
And they did say this year that they plan on, I mean, that's one of the reasons why they didn't bring back Kareem Hunt. They said he's going to be getting more work in the pass game. Because, man, when you pay a guy as much as you're paying Nick Chubb, got to do double duty. Got to do it.
Nick Chubb, one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, too.
5.5 yards per carry for a career? Like, that's insane.
Career average right there.
Or over 5. Yeah, I don't know if it's 5.5, but it's over 5.
Yeah. That continued last year. I mean, I don't know what he was week 1. If that continues, you know what I mean? If he's pacing again.
5.9 in week 1.
Better.
18 carries for 106.
It got chubbier.
And then he had his 4 receptions for 21.
Just stay healthy, my friend.
Devontae Adams, El Concusto. So just these are things that we got to follow throughout the week. If we see him practicing on Wednesday or Thursday on track, and then we want to see just some kind of practice on Friday, and then you can get cleared on Saturday. Jalen Waddle, El Concusto, same thing there. Man, it was just
Monday night too.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
I'm just saying, like, hopefully, like, that counts as a day.
Yeah, it was a fucked up hit on him. That's what was just bullshit.
Yeah, it was dirty.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson. He just had the wind knocked out of him. He is good to go. Nothing to worry about with Garrett Wilson as far as an injury.
GW. Trade for him.
How many people do you think sat Garrett Wilson? And, like, what do you think they did when they saw that touchdown?
I mean, I didn't expect it to be a competitive game, really. So that's, you know, so if that was the logic for people to sit Garrett Wilson, because it's like, really, like, who'd you sit him for? It's not like you're deciding over which flex to play. When you have a Garrett Wilson, a guy that talented, you play them. We don't ever hear us like, oh, well, they're playing the secondary and blah, blah, blah. We only said stuff about with Puka last week because we don't know. Puka ain't proven to be one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson is. You know what I'm saying? You play him. If you die with him, bro. If he gets you a 0, that's, you know what I mean? You knew you were still on the right track because he's a big upside play. Maybe he
didn't have Aaron Rodgers last year, and he did very well last year. Now he's coming.
You don't have Aaron Rodgers this year. Newsflash, everybody.
And it looks like he's doing very well so far. Touchdown in each game. Because who else do they have who demands red zone targets over him? Like, nobody demands it. Someone may be wide open, and it may be kind of fluky, but man,
when
like,
you see Zach Wilson, you know why they got Aaron Rodgers. You know why they were like really trying to retain Mike White. You know what I mean?
He knows that. Hold up, when did Wilson become one of the baddest men on the planet? Everybody drafted him that way this year. Everybody drafted him.
Listen, you know what's crazy? Tino's a Cowboy. I'm gonna use CeeDee Lamb as an example. CeeDee Lamb, everybody wanted him to be this guy, right? The first couple of years, he was not that guy. He was drafted and being projected as finishing a WR1. He was a WR2 the first couple of years. It wasn't until last year he finally finished as a WR1. I think he was he like 8, 6? What was he?
You know, said his stock went up because of A-Rod. That is not true. He was being drafted hella high in our dynasties before A-Rod was in the picture.
Listen, I can agree. That's very true. Because then before that, I just wouldn't even have Garrett Wilson because I didn't want the Zach Wilson experiment, right?
But it's also because you had to draft him so high to get him, though, right?
Exactly. Then when Aaron Rodgers is there, it's like, oh yeah, I'll take a shot at him. Dynasty, I could have him for 2 years, right? That's what I'm thinking. See, in redraft, I had 0 of Garrett Wilson because of where you had to go up and get him. Like, you know, he was going in the range of like he was going over Waddle and Higgins. Yeah. You know, I would just be like, I'll just wait and grab Waddle or Higgins. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like I can get the same thing out of him. And it's the same thing with Waddle and Higgins too. We're never sitting those guys. You know what I'm saying?
And Tino said A-Rod's gone. It's plummeting. Well, it's plummeting from people drafting him as a top 6 guy to now, like, if you had to redraft right now, he's still going in the top 12.
I'm always going to find the caveat. And the caveat for Zach Wilson and being the quarterback throwing at Garrett Wilson is that, like, I think now in 2 weeks he averaged 14 fantasy points. Is that what did Garrett Wilson put up yesterday?
16, 14 in week 1, 18 in week 2.
There you go. So he's averaging 16 points.
He's on pace for 17 touchdowns.
Last year, as a rookie, he averaged 20 PPR points with every QB that wasn't Zach Wilson. So with that said, I'm okay for just shaving off a couple points here. Give me that average for fantasy. I'm okay with it. It's going to be ugly. Don't watch the game. Matter of fact, these numbers that we just gave y'all, this could be basis for you flipping Garrett Wilson if you feel like you have him, you don't want him no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell him everything we just said. Hey, listen, bro, he averaged 20 PPR points where everybody else last year when it wasn't Zach Wilson, bro. Now he in there, he averaging 16. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not so bad.
Next week's going to be a tough task versus New England, but I don't know. They're losing all their corners over there as well. Like, that's something bad for them.
Yeah, they might just run all. See, they might run all over New England too, if that. I mean, but listen, that's another thing too. Is like, man, New England, they stomp the shit out of the Jets every time. Like, no sportsmanship.
Yeah,
you remember the other year?
They're bringing the house,
bruh. The other year, remember they destroyed them. As like Brandon Bolden had like everyone on that team had rushing touchdowns. They're just like pounding on them. It's like 40 to like fucking 7 or 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah, and I know Tino's talking redraft, so let me clarify with what I'm saying. Garrett Wilson's value rose tremendously from year 1 to year 2 in Dynasty. When redraft people came around, A-Rod was already in the picture. So, yeah, of course, the value goes incredibly through the roof. But his value raised from him being drafted, I don't even know, wide receivers 20s, 30s, something last year in Dynasty to being drafted as a top 8 guy. And like people aren't even thinking twice about it in Dynasty before A-Rod even got there. Let's see. Brandon Ayuk, left shoulder, AC sprain to his left shoulder. And it was on the very first catch. And then he re-injured it on the second catch. And that's why he was, would he miss a quarter or so? Basically missed the pretty much the whole second quarter. Yeah. And then that's what helped him out too, because then you get the halftime, get a little sensual massage, and he was back out there. But then it was like what you say, like a decoy fashion, you know? Pretty much. I mean, you know, Brock's the type, he'll hit you, he'll put it right where only you can get it, and it sucks if, like, you know, you can't lift your arm. Yeah. You know, the body catch that motherfucker. OBJ ankle, and it was a re-injury on that ankle, and they said it's a mild ankle sprain. The game was so out of hand in their favor, they went into Brock back. Didn't even matter. I bet you get jealous of Zay Flowers. I mean, he just seems like he gets jealous, period. Seems like he has that quality. He's getting paid a lot more than Zay Flowers is on a year-to-year basis. He's showing them how the veterans do it, huh? Listen, kid, when you get to my stage, bro, you get an ankle and you pay, you kick it. Shot, hold on, my phone's ringing. Yo, what up, Allen Robinson? Yeah. Let me call you back. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be like, I'm hurt. So we don't know if OBJ is going to miss or not with this ankle sprain. I'm assuming he's going to miss at least one game. This is good. We want Zay Flowers to be the constant thing. And even when OBJ is out there, it's even better because he's the one they have to respect with the best coverage. Well, that's what I'm saying. We'd want him out there just because it takes away a corner who would be sticking him. I mean, he goes down in the pecking order. So we'll see. We're going to follow. I think OBJ really just wants to get into the playoffs. He's like, just save me till the playoffs. Yeah. Trying to get back to the Super Bowl. and like actually play somehow throughout an entire Super Bowl game.
I mean, he would have been the Super Bowl. You know what's crazy? He would have been a Super Bowl MVP.
Maybe. I mean, if he does any more than what he already did. Yeah.
Yeah, because then right after, it's like Cooper Kupp did everything and he got it.
Right.
Like, you know what's crazy? How come no one gives, like, okay, it's all the numbers too, right? And then obviously however they vote the MVP. But man, Stafford, the no look to Cooper Kupp for the win.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
420 AM radio.
Tight,
OBJ is the Kawhi Leonard of the NFL. That was disrespect to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard took a team that like never won it ever and like won it with them.
I get what he's saying, that like he's the guy that floated around and then got one, like as a journeyman.
Kawhi was never a journeyman though.
Yeah, that was like his third team, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Not at that time.
You're right. He might have went to like 3 teams after that.
He got it with the Spurs, and he was the one who was on the line, like shooting.
And then didn't he go to another team after that before he went to Toronto?
I swore that
I'm not the NBA guy, so I'm not gonna stunt. You know what I mean?
I swore that he went to Toronto right after, but let's check it.
Because he won it with the Spurs. That was a minute ago. He was MVP, right? That series. Where's Peacock at when we need? He didn't know all the Texas. Everything.
Yeah, he went from the Spurs to the Raptors and then to the Clippers. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he's on 3 teams, but okay. OBJ. So
he did, and he was the Finals MVP in 2014.
Yeah.
Damn. He was the one who like shut down LeBron.
I mean, come on.
Like you see him, like LeBron, like there was like some like short little clip where like LeBron was like coming back into the game and they announced him, and then like he's like, come on, hurry. And then like Kawhi got up and he's like, got all pissed because Kawhi was coming back in to shut his ass down.
You know what? OBJ is not the Kawhi Leonard, because OBJ might have won it with the Rams, right? America isn't like, hey, OBJ, free food everywhere. This guy won it for an entire country. And then he left them. Yeah. And he could still go back there and he could eat for free for life.
Yeah.
In Canada, bro.
And 420 AM radio said Kawhi sits a lot during the regular season games to maintain his rest. Well, that's now, though. But that's now, though. That wasn't his entire career.
They all do that when they get to this stage of their career. What's the average minutes for like a LeBron in the regular season? Like, especially mid-season.
No idea. Not
a lot, though.
Yeah. And then Antonio said he got that crazy buzzer beater, if I remember right. Yeah, and I mean, yeah. There's a lot of things for Kawhi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was in Game 7 to like get them to the finals. Like when they were like coming back from like down 2 games or some shit like that. All right, let's get back to the injuries. Darnell Mooney, knee sprain. They said it doesn't sound too serious, but he's still week to week as of now. So they think that he's going to miss this next game.
And everybody, don't go run to get Claypool. Don't you do it.
He scored a touchdown. This is OverReaction Monday.
I'm trying to save you guys now. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They're playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs give up booty to the wide receiver.
You're gonna pick him up and play him.
No. Hell no. And Austin said Claypool to the moon. No, it's okay. We're just gonna play devil's advocate sometimes. Just makes things more fun. Because I know there's some crazy assholes out there who are gonna be, oh, we gotta get Claypool. They're going up against the Chiefs. They're gonna throw like 50 times. Like everyone's gonna have 200 yards over there. No.
You know, heard that before.
Tino said I'm starting Claypool this week in spite.
Hey, look, man. Hey, we said the same thing about the Jags, right? The Jaguars. We said, right, shootout, baby.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I hate that logical gambling bogey always says the right thing. Man, let's take the under on this. Man, shut up, logical bogey. We're gonna put it out.
The only guy who he called correct in that game was Evan Ingram, because he went out there and did his thing for the tight ends. I don't think anybody saw Christian Kirk going out there and just being like third fiddle who barely played last week to coming out and getting 11 receptions and 110 yards. That, I mean, was this a scheme thing in week one?
I mean,
like,
you know what's annoying? They
like,
said
what
they
the fuck happened
all week. They even said, "Dude, this is what annoyed the fuck out of me." So I was like, "Fuck that!" They're lying. They're like, "We're gonna get Christian Kirk involved." He was like squeaky. He was squeaky wheeling.
Yeah,
he was squeaky wheeling. You know what I'm saying? And
he's getting paid out there, man. He's getting paid. They got to give him the ball. He's definitely getting paid more than Zay Jones. Probably not more than Ridley, but he's definitely getting more than Zay Jones.
And that wasn't even the thing. Like they did not go to Zay either. Like they went to him for the money. You know what I mean?
Austin said starting Claypool over Chase this week. It is Overreaction Monday.
Starting the wrong Chase, man. Hey, you know what though? I'll play. Who were we just talking about right now?
Claypool.
Nah, before we were just talking about
Kirk.
I'll play Kirk over Claypool.
Yeah,
100%.
Hold on. Let me get out my list of the people that I'd play over Claypool. It'll be like Jericho and his 400 move list. All right, DK Metcalf, ribs. Man, it was some bullshit. The way that he got hit, it was early in the game. He did come back, but
who was the corner that hit him? Because he was dogging him all day.
That son of a bitch.
I like it. That guy's a dog. No wonder they got rid of him.
It was Kirby Joseph.
Oh, he's a safety. Am I got that right?
Let me see. Let me go double check that. Because I think he is a corner.
Because they had him on him all game. Yeah, he wouldn't be a safety doing that, obviously.
Yeah, you know what?
He is the safety.
No, he is the safety. I was thinking of the wrong guy. It's JJ, Jerry Jacobs. That's the corner who smashed the shit out of him and who was on him.
Okay, because I could have swore it was Joseph too. Maybe just I was loaded though.
Well, I mean, he was getting double
watching that game. I was just
he was getting double teamed a lot. Pause. And whenever the double team was on, it was Kirby Joseph who was the guy over the top. So it was happening, and maybe it was Joseph who hit him that one time, but I know Jacobs laid some wood on him a couple times.
And I told Gino, you better show me that last year wasn't an outlier, because after week one, I was like, and he went out there and did his thing.
And Vincent said DK is too tough to go down, even if the rib injury lingers. Yeah, I mean, I don't see him missing any time, but it sucks that he's going to be dealing with it.
It's because his diet is poor.
What does he eat?
All candy. You remember that? He was like, my main diet, because he's probably Johnson, but like he posted is like all like gummy worms and fucking all kind of just candy. That's what he eats, he says.
Yeah, and you know what it is? He probably went to the Marshawn, like he went to Marshawn's nutritionist, you know? I mean, like Marshawn scores all these touchdowns because of the Skittles. It's like, ooh.
Welcome to Beast Mode Nutrition. I'm Marshawn. DK, what he took the course on. He's like, all he eats is candy. That's what he says, bro. And I think it was the post. It was like a bunch of candy, and he was like shredded, like had like an 8-pack and shit.
Yeah,
probably sarcastic, but.
Yuck said Airheads and Skittles. There you go. And Tino said, are you kidding me? Gummy worms are not unhealthy. Look at me.
I love gummy worms. I love gummy things. I mean,
you're the man. He said, I'm high as shit and I'm fucking loving this cast.
You know, we hear that a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's all about keeping the shit lit. And
if we could bring some joy to somebody, bro, that's the shit to me.
Hell yeah. And last one here that I got on the list, Logan Thomas. Man, what a dirty ass hit for Kareem Jackson. Elkin Custo got hit right in the fucking face. And we'll see if he misses any time. You know, he's amongst the other guys that we're just going to be monitoring all week.
Kareem Jackson is going to get a fine again, bro, because he just concussed Jacoby Myers, my baloney, has a first name last week. And then he tried to fool NBA too, right? Oh, me too. He's like, I'm hurt too.
And they kicked his ass out of the game, so his reputation already precedes him there. And then Adam Schefter, like that night, the NFL is discussing whether they're going to discipline him more than that, because he got fined last week. He's getting a fine this week for sure. But missing a game or whatever, missing 2 games.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, that would have to be the punishment. and it would only be one game. Because when you get kicked out, they count that as the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it depends on when you get kicked out, right? Like I think that was the second quarter.
It was late in the game. It was later in the game. It was the second half.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the third quarter then. Okay.
Because you got to remember that first half, it was the tale of two halves. The Broncos were smashing, and then they couldn't get anything going after that. And then Russ was just like, let me just throw a couple picks, get them back in this thing.
Yeah.
He got them right back in that game, bro.
And Hess said Logan Thomas is cursed. He can't stay on the field. Sucks. He has a lot of talent. This one wasn't his fault. He just got smacked in the face for no reason.
And when this is how it happened. He catches the touchdown. I'm like, yes, I'm right. No, he's dead. Because, tight ends they feel really good when you hit on them.
Yeah.
Yes, I told people to start with Logan Thomas, and I did it too.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, no, he's dead. And it's like, no, now I have to scour the waiver again.
Fucking.
And Logan Thomas, awesome. Former QB converted to tight end. I love those type of those when you have a quarterback. Like, look at Julian Edelman, even like a Jacoby Myers. Guys like that, when they convert to receiver, they know exactly where
they know. It's because they know how to find the soft spots in the D.
Yeah. Right? A little impotence in the defense. They're soft over here in this D right in this, brother.
Yeah, Antonio said that guy's an asshole. I hope he gets suspended. What the fuck is his problem, man? He's literally out there headhunting, man. Come on.
And he's 35 fucking years old. You know what you're doing out there, bro.
Fucker.
Wily old vet. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's some bullshit with Logan Thomas. That's the end of our week 2 injury report. We got 2 more games to go, so make sure you come back for the Monday Night Football stream.
Saquon. We got any update on the Saquon?
Oh, did we not talk about Saquon?
Yeah, we talk about Saquon.
Oh, that we think that it could be a high ankle.
Oh, that's what they're saying.
Could be. I mean, we're waiting for the MRI stuff from Saquon, and yeah, let's all smoke about that because, oh man, it's not good. And like, what's even worse is like, it's how ironic he gets hurt making a team play for a team that doesn't give 2 shits about him.
Well, I mean, yeah, they didn't want to pay him. It sucks when you're a running back that has an injury history and there's a new regime that comes into the organization and they're like, okay, we don't care about you. Fuck David Gettleman. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck what he did. They don't even like that they have Danny Dumbass, I'm sure. They made him hurt. Even the contract they gave him wasn't even like, what is he getting, 40? It's like a Dak Prescott contract. You know what I mean? No offense to Dak. I'm just saying, like Dak was
like a Dak 3 years ago contract. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even the Dak 3 years ago.
I'm at least that good.
I mean, look at Josh Allen. He even got, when he got the extension, he was like, hell yeah, just in case people find out I might be secret bad. You know what I mean? Because like when he got extended, that was like it was his first good year for real.
Yeah.
Flashed a ton, but by year 3, it was like, okay, give me the money. $38 million. I'll take it. You know what I mean? Super market friendly.
Yeah. So there's our week 2 injury report now, minus Monday Night Football. Make sure you guys hit subscribe if you're watching this on replay. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. And now we're going to be getting into the studs and duds of the week. So if you're watching this on replay, just go look for those videos as well. And everyone who's here rocking with us, let's get into the studs and the duds.
Yeah.
All right. Overreaction Monday. And one of our favorite times is going over the studs and duds of the week. And like we always do, we're going to go over the QBs first here. And we're talking just the regular scoring, the 25 yards per point and all that. But we are talking 6-point QBs, 6-point passing touchdowns for the QBs. And how about Danny Pesos, number 1 QB on the week so far, minus Monday Night Football? It's a little insane.
I mean, how many times do people ask me through the week? And I say, Danny Dumbass is in a great bounce back spot here. For everyone that was foolish enough to grab him in fantasy, and then mad at themselves after week 1, I was like, listen, it's Arizona.
Yep. And we're just going to start all of our QBs versus Arizona. We're not really going to think about it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9 for 59 on the ground. Had the touchdown there. 26 for 37 through the air. 321 had the 2 touchdowns. So 3 touchdowns on the day. That's why he didn't have better passing stats than Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins, he's the number 2 QB on the day. And he is 31 for 44. 364 yards, had the 4 touchdowns, 4 big touchdowns for Kirk, 38 points. Russ Wilson, number 3 on the week. 6 for 56 on the ground, adding some points there. 18 for 32 through the air. Not too good at all. 308 yards and 3 big touchdowns, though. I mean, that is big time over there. And let's see. We got Jared Goff coming in tied with Josh Allen, the Stallion. The 4th and 5th QBs on the week. Goff is 28 for 35, 323, and 3 touchdowns. The Stallion, 31 for 37, 274 on the yards, 3 touchdowns, had a couple rushing yards as well. Pretty solid.
What did that make Jared Goff, like points wise?
30.
Because that, like I said, all week, everybody, Jared Goff averages 28 points in fantasy at home. You know, like it. He would put up more if he didn't throw the pick. You know what I mean?
Yep. And we got Hurts coming in at QB6, 12 for 35 and 2 tugs on the ground, 18 for 23 through the air, 193 yards, 1 touchdown, so 3 total touchdowns. Josh Dobbs, he got his touchdown on the ground. He was 3 for 41 on the ground, 21 for 31. And 228 yards and the passing touchdown, so 2 touchdowns total.
Josh Dobbs is on the block. Super flex.
Geno, so him and Josh Dobbs were tied with 28 points. QB 8 on the week, 32 for 41, 328, 2 touchdowns through the air. Lamar Jackson also has 27 points. QB 9 on the week. So those guys are QB 7 through QB 9 on the week. 12 for 54 on the ground, 24 for 33 through the air, 237, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Love, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, all tied with 26 points. QBs 10 through 12 on the week. Jordan Love, 151 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Had some rushing yards as well. Mahomes, 305 and 2 touchdowns. Herbert, 305 and 2 touchdowns as well. Crazy. Both had 41 passing attempts for Herbert and Mahomes. Mahomes had 29 completions. Herbert had 27.
Let's go. Slinging
and let's get in to the duds. T-Law, 7 points on the week. No touchdowns.
That is not the law.
No touchdowns. Only 216 yards. And in a 25 yards per point QB scoring system, that is horrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Where's Derek?
It's terrible.
He was the only one who was under single digits this week. So I'd say really the only dud on the week, but I feel like because of the high praise of what we want from the tuna fish, only getting 13 points out there, 1 touchdown, 259, we'll put him amongst that bust-ish category of the week. Not too bad though for QBs. I mean, from last week, I mean, we had how many single-digit scoring QBs last week? Burrow, Pesos, Tannehill, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott. I mean, we had that many QBs score single digits last week. This week, we only had 1 single digit. I like it. That means the QBs are on the rise, and that's what we want. All right. For anyone who is watching this on replay, make sure you subscribe to the channel here and make sure you check out the rest of the videos because we are about to jump right into the running backs. Here we go.
Coming in now.
What up? What up? We are back. Running back studs and duds for the week. If you're watching this on replay, smash that subscribe button. Do it now. Get it out of the way. Smash the like button. And let's jump into the number 1 running back of the week. I'm not sure what parallel universe we are in right now, but it is Mr. Kyren Williams. 30 points on the week. A rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, 100 total yards, and 6 receptions.
You know, I just want to say, purely in hindsight, man, they're busting out that old Todd Gurley playbook, bro. Because they didn't fuck with their running backs like that in the last couple seasons since they had Todd Gurley. You know what I mean?
10 targets. 10 targets. Insane.
Now she woke up. She's just stretching now. Yeah. It's the morning.
The number 2 RB on the week. We told you this guy was going to be good. It's Mr. B. Rob the Mob, who caught his bullet in his bubble goose.
Hey, he be running like there's bullets flying, bro.
He probably has a little AirPod in there, and he just has gunshots going off in the AirPod. Just get that adrenaline flowing.
PTSD is real, bro.
Hell yeah.
You hear that snap. You hear that snap? Everyone crashes together. That's enough for him. It's like, oh shit. It's gone.
18 attempts for 87 yards, 2 receptions for 42 yards, 2 big old greasy touchdowns, 29 points on the week. Saquon and Swift both with 27 points. Saquon got hurt. If you didn't see our week 2 injury report and all the games fallouts, make sure you go back and watch it. It's a couple videos back. We just dropped it today on OverReaction Monday as well. Saquon, 17 for 63, had the tug, 6 receptions, 29 yards, had the touchdown as well. Swift, 175 rushing yards on 28 attempts. Had the big old touchdown as well, had 3 receptions. Swift is killing it over there. Sell him now. Sell him now.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert. Not necessarily out of nowhere, but for a team that doesn't run that much, they gave him 18 carries, 121 yards, 2 big touchdowns, 26 points on the week. That was good enough for a top 5 running back. CMC cracking top 6, 20 attempts for 116 yards, doing what he does, touchdown, only 3 receptions on the day though. Rashad White out of nowhere, 21 points, 17 attempts, 73 yards, had the touchdown, 5 big receptions as well. Our man Bijan Robinson, 21 points as well, 19 attempts, 121 yards, 4 receptions on 5 targets, 48 yards there. Zach Moss, let me see, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. RB9 on the week, also with 21 points, 18 attempts, 88 yards, a touchdown, 4 receptions for 19 yards. Anybody could do this against the Houston Texans. Better go trade Zach Moss right now to a team that is very desperate at the RB position. Tony Pasta, RB10 on the day. 20 points. 20 points, 72 rushing yards, 7 receptions. 25 rushing attempts. That's really not that good. I mean, 25 rushing attempts for 72 yards, but those 7 receptions.
They're gonna kill the guy, man.
James Cook also with 20 points, coming in, killing it. 17 attempts, 123 yards. The Raiders are a team that you just start your running backs against. It might be 4 receptions, 36 yards. Got down to biz. Now we had two running backs, running back 12 and 13, that both had 18 points. That is Derrick Henry and Ken Walker. Derrick Henry, 25 attempts, 79 yards in the tug. Ken Walker and Derrick Henry also had 3 receptions over there. There you go.
Let's go. We're pacing.
Ken Walker, 17 attempts, 43 yards. He got his 17 touches on the ground. 1 reception added in the mix as well. Only 54 total yards, but 2 big old greasy touchdowns. All right. And now here's the part that we don't like. It's the duds of the week. How about Dalvin Cook with minus 1 point? Minus 1 point? Come on. You could have played me in your starting lineup and I would have did better than Dalvin Cook. Minus 1. Come on. Let's see. Oh, man. But how about his teammate? Didn't do much better with only 1 point. 1 point, Breece Hall.
The anger.
So I don't know. For anybody who thinks that Zeke Elliott is going to be a thing, he had 1 point yesterday, 5 attempts for 13 yards.
Let's kill him.
Even Craig Reynolds had more points than Zeke did yesterday.
Top side of the world, Craig.
Rashad Penny had more points than Zeke did.
Yeah, but Rashad Penny also took away points from A.J. Brown. Fuck him.
How about Tyler Algier stinking it up with only 48 yards on 16 attempts?
I told people not. See, here's the thing. Was Green Bay not winning that game most of the time? I had Green Bay winning that game. They gave it up in the end. But my game script logic was still sound because I had it where they're not going to be in control of this game, Atlanta.
Was my logic not sound that Algier was going to get like 14, 15, 16 touches? He got 16 touches, only 48 yards, though. Like, there was zero efficiency from him yesterday.
I just couldn't chase the touches remained.
Yeah.
Even the game script wasn't there for him, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, man, he still could have did better with his 16 touches. He could have. That's a shitload of touches, and it's what we thought was going to happen. Bijan was out there being hell of efficient. They're going to keep using Algier this way, but he's got to do more. He's got to do more. Dameon Pierce, we told you to avoid him. 6 points, 31 yards on the day. Not good. Alexander Madison, told you to avoid him against the Eagles. Do not start your RBs against the Eagles. Come on. Travis Etienne, only 6 points.
Against the Chiefs.
Against the Chiefs.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Nick Bolton's injury. Was that real? Oh, we never continue.
Yeah, that'll be an FNT thing. Hopefully we get more info by then. Yeah. AJ Dillon, 7 points. Everyone thought he was gonna come out, be a super thing. Javonte Williams, come on. 8 points. Pacheco, Roshan, Gibson, come on. We expect more from you guys. 8 points is not enough. 8 points is not enough.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And what up, Brad? He said, just got offered a trade. I give up Cup and Barkley. I get Walker, Amon, and Kirk.
Do it. What in the fuck is wrong? Dude, don't bring that to us. You tell us what you just did.
Do it right now. Go accept it. Go accept it right now. Especially if this is redraft. Like, man, that's a super come up right there. All right. The RB studs and duds is always a very short-lived time right here on the channel. But it is time to go get into the wide receiver studs and duds. Subscribe if you're watching this on replay. Hit the like button for everyone watching this on replay as well. And make sure you go check out the other videos that dropped and the other videos that have dropped after this one. let's get in to the wide receivers.
Thank you. Thank you for
What up? What up? We are back with the wide receiver studs and duds of week 2. If it's your first time here, smash that subscribe button and make sure you hit the like button. Let's get down to biz. Keenan Allen. Woo! 31 points, 8 receptions, 10 targets, 111 points, 2 big old greasy touchdowns. You must start your wide receivers against the Tennessee Titans. We said it before this game. We're going to say it again. Start them. Start them all.
All of them.
Now, number 2 wide receiver on the week. Now, this is excluding the Monday game. Puka Nuka. What? Backed it up. This is back-to-back games. He's setting records out here now. 15 receptions, 20 targets, 147 yards.
Dalvin called it.
Is he the real deal, Holyfield?
Dalvin called it.
Is he a must-start moving forward?
Of course. I mean, 2 weeks of double-digit plus targets. Come on.
Mike Evans. We said it before the game. We're going to say it again because they had more injuries to their secondary. Chicago Bears, you must start your wide receivers versus the Chicago Bears. They lost both of their safeties in the game and another cornerback. Like, it is all bad for the Chicago secondary right now. 29 points, 6 for 8, 171. Had a big old tug as well. T. Higgins. We told you guys not to panic because he's going up against Baltimore. They've had multiple injuries to the DB spot. 29 points also. 8 for 12, 89 yards, 2 big old greasy touchdowns.
Come on.
Now, this was one that Peacock was championing. I said I was trying to get him in a bunch of places. Nico Collins. He's getting peppered. Last week, it's 11 targets. This week, it's 9 targets. They are throwing the ball a lot over there. It's hard to run when you have like no linemen that you started the season with. So they are just throwing the hell out of the ball. 7 for 9 for Nico, 146 yards. Big old greasy touchdown.
Hell yeah.
What do you think about the Houston receivers moving forward?
I'm always going to view it like how I view my Niners scheme. Only difference is that this is like they're going to be behind in a lot of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if what do you throw for 48 times? How many times do you throw the ball?
It was a lot. It was a shitload.
Yeah.
He threw for... Where the hell is he?
He threw for over 30.
47. 47 times.
47. See, I was close. Because if that continues, I mean, look at that offensive line.
91 attempts in 2 weeks.
First 2 weeks. See, he had 50 last week, bro.
No, he didn't have 50.
Oh, yeah, 43.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah. The 44. 44.
Yeah.
Insane.
Damn.
Insane. Yeah, they're going to have no run game out there. How about Tyler Lockett?
Real quick, my bad. Where was CJ Stroud on the QB? But he was the QB2 this week?
Well, that's a good question. He was 12, 13, 14, 15, QB 16 on the week, right in the middle.
Is that not like a Niner QB right there?
Yeah.
They're running the same system.
Dang, Peacock, 91 attempts for CJ Stroud through 2 weeks, 626 yards and no picks. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid.
They say Ohio don't translate to the league.
Let's see. Because we'll see, and that's why. I mean, we're talking fantasy. There's a whole bunch of people can go nitpick, what they've done in real life football, but that's pretty solid stat line for a team with like 0 healthy offensive linemen right now. All right, now jump over to Tyler Lockett, 26 points, 8 for 10, 10 targets, man. Like, he's just going to keep getting them. 59 yards, though. That's the part that sucked. But 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns.
Got him.
Devonta Smith, 4 for 5, so not a crazy amount of targets, but the efficiency, 131, had the big old touchdown, 25 points on the week, and that is wide receiver 7. CD, Jefferson, and Josh Reynolds. Wide receiver 8 through wide receiver 10 there. CD Lamb, 11 for 13. Justin Jefferson, 11 for 13. Josh Reynolds, 5 for 6. So Josh Reynolds did it in a little bit of a different fashion than those guys did, because Lamb, 143 yards, Jefferson, 159 yards, but both blanked on the touchdowns. Reynolds, 66 yards, but had those 2 big old greasy touchdowns.
Greasy.
They were hella greasy. Christian Kirk, wide receiver 11 on the week. 11 for 14. 14 targets for Christian Kirk, 110 yards.
I want to kill him.
He did so much complaining that they even gave him a passing attempt out there.
I mean, T-Law was so bad, or like, you know, like, Kirk, go ahead and let's see what you got.
It was one of those like backwards, like type passes, but you know, nonetheless.
We saw a lot of flea flicker type plays yesterday.
Because it wasn't a flea flicker. I mean, it got it was an actual pass. It was like one of those like across, you know, past the field type passes.
Yeah, across in the backfield.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it's forward, but the guy just got tackled and went backwards. And Antonio said, who'd the Titans end up trading from you in the Debo? So he sent me back Isaiah Likely, and it was Deshaun Watson, who has not played yet.
Don't you kill him. Don't you kill him, Titans.
He hasn't played yet. Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis out of nowhere, finishing as the top 12 wide receiver on the week with 21 points, 6 for 7, 92 yards, and the touchdown. Debo and Brandon Johnson from the Denver Broncos also finishing with 21 points. Debo, 5 attempts for 38 yards and a touchdown. 6 receptions. We'll get to him. 6 receptions out of 9 targets for Debo.
69, dudes.
63 yards. And Brandon Johnson, he's had 3 targets. 3 targets in each of the 2 weeks. Only had 2 receptions in each of the 2 weeks each. And then his 2 receptions go for touchdowns.
Marvin Mims.
Maybe he was tired at the time.
Oh, that's the Brandon Johnson guy?
Yeah, that's Brandon Johnson. Marvin Mims was 2 receptions, 113 yards, and the tug.
Yeah, what is Brandon Johnson? He's a receiver or tight end?
He's a wide receiver.
We're in receivers right now, obviously.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver.
That fucking guy.
That was a big old that helps no one. And honorable mentions with 20 points, but didn't crack the top 12. Devontae Adams, Marvin Mims, Tank Dell, Jalen Reed. London with 19. Sorry, everybody. Garrett Wilson, 18 points. You're welcome, everybody. Now the duds. Oh, man. If there was a dud who got like 0 and I don't mention them, make sure you throw it in the chat because we don't want to leave anybody out of this part of it. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Who is our first big dud? And no, has honorable mention. He did get 12. He did get finished top 12. All right, let's see. Who do we have on here? Who do we have on here who was anybody a 0 that I'm not like? This is not giving me all the zeros in order. If there was a 0 who really screwed you over, throw it in the chat. Right. I mean, the QBs did a little bit better. There was just a lot better play this week. Let's see. Who was a big dud of the week? Oh, how about Calvin Ridley with his 5 points? I'm still going to give it to Dotson, man. 5 targets, but only 22 yards at 3 receptions. 5 points. We expect more. Romeo Dubs, after a big performance in week 1, 2 receptions for 30 yards and only 3 targets.
Kill him! Kill them all!
Let's see who else. Man, we expect a lot from Jerry Jeudy. If you come back and play, you better do better than a 3 for 5 and a 25-yard performance. AJ Brown, if you're playing on Thursday Night Football, we need to see better than 4 receptions for 29 yards and only 7 points. Brandon Ayuk, you got hurt out there. You only gave us 7 points. It sucks that you got hurt, but you were a dud for our fantasy this week with only 43 yards.
Trade for him.
Juju Smith-Schuster, you and D-Hop and Chase, you guys are linked with Kadarius Toney right now with 8 points. Do better. Do better. One Nation said Zay Jones was a dud. How many points did Zay Jones have? Zay Jones had... Oh, shit. He didn't get any. That was the 0. Zay Jones... 6 targets and nothing. Fucking Tim Jones got more than you. Somehow. All right.
What is it on me?
Well, there are the studs and duds of the week for the wide receiver position. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on replay somewhere. Make sure you go look for all of our, hit the notifications and the bell, turn it on because we are going live multiple times a day and you do not want to miss out on this. Now it is time to get into the tight ends. It's always a very short list with the tight ends. Let's jump into it. And we are back with the tight end position. It's Overreaction Monday. We're talking studs and we're talking duds. Biggest stud on the week for the tight end position, Mr. TJ Hawkinson, coming in on Thursday night. 26 points, 7 receptions, 8 targets, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Doing it.
I don't know if this is a surprise to anybody. Not a surprise to me that Hunter Henry is on the studs list again. 17 points, 6 for 7, 52 yards, big old greasy touchdown.
Give it to me.
Mark Andrews, 16 points, tight end 3 on the week, 5 for 8, 45 yards, had the big old greasy touchdown.
Here's your drink.
Darren Waller, 14 points. He's the only guy in the top 5 who did not score a touchdown and made it in there. 6 for 8, 76 yards. What do you think about Darren Waller? You think this is something that's going to continue?
Yeah. I mean, I had him being the leader in receptions and yards for that team if he stays upright. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Travis Kelce, he's back. 9 targets, 4 receptions, 26 yards, 1 touchdown. It was ugly, but he's still a top 5 tight end.
He's back. That's like half Kelce.
Yep. And now is where we get into everybody else. Sam Laporta, 12 points. We'll give it up to all the guys, all the tight ends that scored double-digit touchdowns. Sam Laporta, 12 points, 5 for 6, 63 yards. Evan Ingram, 6 for 8, 57 yards. Zach Ertz, 6 for 8, 56 yards. Crazy. All you need is over 50 yards, and you're going to be a tight end 1, even without a touchdown. And now we get into like guys like Kyle Granderson. 3 for 4, 16 yards and a touchdown, still in the top 12. Logan Thomas, 2 for 3, 22 yards, touchdown, still in the top 12. Cade Otton, 6 for 41 in the top 12.
That one's one we should pay attention to.
Maybe, right? I mean,
they don't really have a 3 wide receivers. They don't have a 3rd wide receiver to claim, really. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's last week. He plays the exact same amount of snaps. He gets half the targets. He only gets 2 receptions. So it's going to be hella fluky. Like, I think it's going to be a matchup-based thing. And they went against Chicago. You can literally start everybody against Chicago. Jake the Snake Ferguson getting in there with 10 points, 3 for 11 and a touchdown, finishing with double-digit points. Dawson Knox, 3 for 5, 10 yards, 1 touchdown, getting in there with 10 points. Conklin, 5 for 50. Noah Fant, 4 for 56, 10 points. It's crazy. Double-digit points makes you a tight end stud on the week. It is interesting. And let's see. And Tino said, where's Kelsey at for the season? For the season, is not so good. He's got 1 game compared to 2 right now. So TJ Hawkinson's got 37 points. Tight end 10. Well, let's see. How about this? Tight end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tight end 6 and below only have like Zach Ertz is tight end 6 with 20 points. Sam Laporta is tight end 5 with 21 points. So like 1 good game from Kelsey is going to be back in the top 5. Like just another regular game for Kelsey. He'll be back in the top 5 more than likely.
And Laporta, for what it's worth, this goes back to the offseason again. Like if there was a logic to have for Laporta being a starter in fantasies, because the first 8 weeks should be without Jameson Williams. And I was making a case, but he's also blocking like shit. He never leaves the field.
Yeah.
And then there's the Seattle matchup. Everyone kills him with the tight end. You know what I mean?
And even that, like, yeah, he killed it with 5 receptions for 63 yards. Like, unless he starts getting some touchdowns, like, in the mix, he's not going to be, like, a guy who's getting inside the top 5. But he's averaging, like, 10 points a game right now. Somewhere between 10 and 11. So he's doing all right. He's tight end. Yeah, tight ends suck. This is why I say just get him out of the leagues altogether. And let's see, where were our bust tight ends of the week? Let's see.
Peyton Hurst Humbley?
He hasn't played yet.
Oh, yeah.
He does have 0 right now. Let's see.
Jig.
People gotta give me Kittle with 6.
Bust.
We expect more from you, Kittle. Kyle Pitts with 6. We expect more from you, Pitts. I'm trying to see though. Oh, Higbee expected 4 points.
Yeah, I'm actually glad for that because I told people not to start him. So I was like, yeah, told you.
Ooh, Adam Troutman. I'm pretty sure he got 0.
Don't fall for the trout, man.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that might be it. Because to be a tight end bust, you really have to be someone that we consider you a top 5 tight end, and you get like single-digit points. All right. Well, there you have it. That is our offensive studs and duds for the week. And now we're going to get in to the IDP studs and duds for the week. So anybody who's watching this on replay, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you check out the IDP studs and duds videos as well. Let's get down to biz.
Coming in hot.
What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
Hey, Bogard Scott free in this thing.
Bring in the IDP heat We're starting off with the defensive lineman. If it is your first time finding this channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button because we're bringing you IDP videos every week for you IDP freaks just like us. Everything in addition to the offensive stuff that we bring. Go check out all the videos that have dropped on Overreaction Monday. We're talking sleeper, so we're going to give you the guys who have the dual designation as well in the DL spot. But we got to start off with Danielle Hunter. 3 sacks on the day, well, Thursday, to back up his 1 sack that came last week. 40 points on the week. If you guys play in leagues that, you know, it's just regular offensive scoring and you play IDP 1, 2, 3, Danielle Hunter is like the top scoring guy on the week right now with 40 points.
Hell yeah.
Uh-oh. How about them Cowboys? Micah Parsons finishing as the number 2 defensive lineman on sleeper for the week. 39 points, 2 sacks, forced fumble, fumble recovery. Just making plays every day.
Micah Parsons, God fucking damn it.
Now, this guy, Jonathan Cooper. Hanging with the Mr. Cooper. I don't even know who he is. He played about half the snaps, 50% of snaps, had like 8 tackles, but had 2 big sacks and a forced fumble as Jonathan Cooper from the Denver Broncos.
Shout out to Coop.
He is number 0 on the field. Number 0. All right. How about another single-digit defensive lineman? So he is number 2 on the field. There's Bradley Chubb. Big old game this week. 7 total tackles, had a sack, had a forced fumble, 27 points. Okay. I don't even know who the hell this dude is. He didn't even play that many snaps, but he had 2 big sacks on field. Joe Tyron Shoinka on the
my guy, Show Kanye. Remember him?
Is that him?
Yeah, Joy Showtanya. Remember, I was like, when we were in draft, you're like, who's that? He was the first round draft pick to Tampa last season.
2 seasons ago, 2021.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago. Yeah.
3rd year breakout looming, maybe.
when you're playing with leads, you can tee off, and they've been playing with leads the first 2 weeks. So
yeah. All right. Hey, Super Saiyan in the house. What up? How about Deron Payne? He had double-digit points last week with 11 because he had a fumble recovery, had 5 tackles this week, and had a big old sack. 26 points on the week. Shaq Barrett also killing it for the Bucks. 26 points. He had the sack. He had the INT. He had the TD. He was doing it all out there.
Yeah.
Joey Bosa. It doesn't seem like we get to call his name too much for the studs anymore, but we'll give him his flowers today. 25 points, had 2 big old greasy sacks.
Tannehill in that line.
Ryan Tannehill could take a sack with the best of them.
Yeah, and that line is lets him like sack his ass.
Okay, now here's another out of nowhere guy, Harrison Phillips for the Vikings. 13 total tackles as a D lineman, half a sack as well.
Yeah, you gotta play. If the guys like that, you gotta play against a running ass team. I think that's a product of that. But yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah. Randy Gregory. We don't see him up there too often. 5 total tackles, had a big old sack, 22 points. Van Ginkel, all over the field. If you guys saw him on Sunday Night Football, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
6 total sacks.
I think that's a product of
6 tackles, and a sack.
That's a product of no Jalen Phillips too.
And then all of these guys were tied with 20 points. So this is DL 12 through DL 12, 13, 14, 15, all with 20 points. Matt Judon, Quiddy both having a sack each. Montez Sweat, 2 sacks. Montez is back, baby. You got to start him until further notice. I don't care that they're going up against Buffalo and against the Eagles. You got to start him, man. He had a sack and a half in each of these games, 2 forced fumbles last week. He's coming in hot. And then Jadeveon Clowney, cracking cracking 20 points.
Where's he at now? He's with the Ravens? No.
He is with the Ravens, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, he is. Good pick. He kind of
yeah, and I guess here's some honorable mentions as well with 19. Chris Jones, Buckner, Vita Vea, Christian Wilkins, big bounce back game for him. Tupaloptu, the rookie for the Chargers, their second round pick over there, 7 tackles and a sack. George, what?
Gotta keep an eye on that kid.
Yeah, George Karlaftis.
Dito's hella difficult to find in Dynasty.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. George Karlaftis and Chase Young, both with 2 sacks each. Josh Sweat, 17 points. Simmons, 17 points. It was a real good week for the DLs at the top. And it's not really too many duds that we talk DL wise. Let me see if there's any guys who just completely flopped. Let's see. Looking at the guys who got the 1, 2, or 3 points right now. Trey Hendrickson only had 3 points. That's a big dud.
Good.
Yannick Ngakoue, 4 points. Happens.
Good.
Yeah.
And Yannick Ngakoue, he's a pass rusher purely. When you're on a team that's playing from behind, no pass rush.
Yep. Yeah, really not too many duds this week. I mean, unless there's guys who caught zeros that I'm really not.
Guys that were startable is what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, guys who be starting. I mean, Hubbard and Aiden Hutchinson only 7 points. I mean, it's not horrible, but
I know some people are like fooling with like Harold Landry. I think Jeff Simmons did okay, right?
Oh yeah, man, he's been killing it.
Yeah. Who else has been done? That's kind of cool. Vita Vea showed up.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Shout out to Mopitas.
And let's see, through the season so far, Daniil Hunter, Micah Parsons, Buckner, Sweat, TJ Watt is top 5 right now. Hasn't even played on Monday night yet.
Let's go.
Josh Allen's up there. Danico Autry is up there. So he had 24 points in week 1 for Danico, 15 in week 2. Still super solid. Guy you just picked up off the waiver wire. And Matt Judon, 36 points. Top 12 DL.
Love Judon. Gotta love Judon.
If it's your first time here, don't forget, make sure you subscribe. We got a few more IDP videos coming. So if you're watching the DL video, go check out the LB and the DP video as well, because we're going to be doing studs and duds over there. And for everyone watching, let's hop into the LBs.
Coming in hot.
All right, we are back with the LBs, the IDP LBs, and we're going to take out the guys who have the dual designation with the D line and the linebackers, and we're going to just strictly talk some of the traditional linebackers for week 2. I usually don't like this guy, Fred Warner. He's usually not finishing as high as he did, but 11 total tackles, and he had the sack. 32 points on the week. Killed it.
Let's go.
Spillane. Oh, man. Robert Spillane kind of put himself on the map a little bit last week with this 13 points, but big coming out party against Buffalo. 32 points, 14 total tackles, had the sack as well.
Him and Diablo had a sack. They're doing their thing, and those are the inside linebackers over there.
Yep. Diablo. Yeah, Diablo finished with 25 points, so they both finished inside the top 12 this week. Quay Walker, 29 points, 18 total tackles, killed it versus Atlanta, 29 points.
Go Q-Dub.
Let's see. Kenneth Murray, what? 10 tackles, did go up against the Titans, so it is what it is, but he had the big old sack. That's what got him up to great.
He needs to get his money, man. This is good for him.
Yeah. Diablo, 10 total tackles, had the sack as well, 25 points. Tremaine Edmonds, he's been killing it. 19 points last week, 24 this week, 16 total tackles in week 2.
They're always on the field.
Hell yeah. Zaire Franklin doing what he does. 13 total tackles, 23 points, killing it. EJ Speed, man, 13 points last week, 23 this week. He's not even playing an insane amount of snaps, but he's a tackling machine. And he had the sack.
Yep.
Dre Greenlaw, 12 total tackles, 22 points. Devin Lloyd, 11 total tackles, 22 points. Caden Ellis, 21 points, had the sack as well. Devondre Campbell, 21 points, had 14 total tackles. We love, if you're getting 21 points or more, we're loving it. Jordan Hicks, Anal Zone, Kaiser White, David Long for the Dolphins, all had 21 points. CJ Mosley, 20 points. Logan Wilson, Josie Jewell, Foy Olakun, the Arizona Dennis Gardeck. He actually backed it up with a 19-point performance. Cody Barton,
like 29 or something.
He is 29, 5 years in the league.
Oh, that's crazy.
This is like their Cleveland Indians major league team right now.
That's funny.
Totally is. Cody Barton with 19. TJ Edwards, Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, Ivan Pace, Matt Milano, Jermaine Pratt, all with 17 or 16 points. So, I mean, a lot of solid performances out there.
Jermaine Pratt is the guy, too, man. He's consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, he's solid. Let's see. All right. Who are some guys who dudded it up? Is there any? I mean, anyone who thought Osimo was going to be a guy? What did he end? What did Nick Bolton finish?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Did Nick Bolton bust us?
Let's see.
Did he dud us this week? Because I mean,
he had 13. He had 13 points. So I mean, you know, we expect more, but it wasn't single digits.
He's good.
Let's see. Isaiah Simmons, 4 points. He needs to be sat until further notice. If you guys still start him.
They're not even giving him snaps for real.
Yeah.
They're gonna play an outside linebacker.
Shaq Leonard, 6 points, big old dud.
What's going on there? Is he not playing full snaps or something? Like,
I think it's EJ Speed.
I mean, he's like rotating with him. It's weird. They play a cover 3, so like they're gonna run 3 linebackers. You know what I mean? The cover 3 is 4-3 up front.
Okay, some of the snaps are up now. So actually, yeah. So Zaire Franklin, he never leaves the field. Never. Shaq Leonard last week, 86% snaps, 41 for EJ Speed. This week, 71% for Leonard and 54 for EJ Speed. I was moving in the wrong direction for Shaq.
Yeah, and I knew there was something there, like because it wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, Devin White. Only 6 points. Drew Tranquil, 7 points. I mean, that's way better than last week. It's crazy, but yeah, I hope you guys aren't starting Drew Tranquil.
Yeah, I think Drew Tranquil and Willie Gay are just gonna vulture each other all year.
Yeah, that's kind of it for big time guys who were in the single digits. So linebackers, I mean, usually the more consistent guys out there. And Ryan, salute. What up, bro? We're covering IDP right now, but we'll get to some Q&A before we finish off at the end. Yeah, Hess said Tremaine Edmonds. He's a dog. What up, Dion? Yeah. And Dino said EJ Speed is such a good name. Totally. Yeah. Right. He's got the wheels.
EJ Speed.
Speed is what we need. Speed is what we need. All right.
There's a bomb on the bus.
All right. Oh, yeah. One Nation. There we go. Thank you for reminding me. Hassan Reddick. Big old greasy 0.
Yeah, what happened there?
Jonathan Grenard sucked. Yes, he did.
Are we doing Jonathan Grenard this year?
I mean, he was solid in week 1. Was not in week 2 at all.
I said that last week, though, too. I was like, oh, we're doing Grenard now?
So anybody who is watching this on replay, smash that subscribe button. Go check out all the other videos as well, because we have a bunch that always get dropped on Overreaction Mondays every week. All right, let's jump in to the DBs. What up? What up? We are back bringing you the DB studs and duds for you IDP freaks. Make sure you go watch all the other IDP videos as well that dropped for your Overreaction Monday. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. And here we go with the DBs. Trey Brown for the Seahawks. Man, I mean, this is something I'm not going to chase, but it looks real nice when you got 38 points, 4 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, an INT, and a TD. And he is one of the starters. He has been starting over there with the rookie out.
Yeah. Jarek Reed hasn't never seen the field yet. Jamal Adams ain't seen the field yet. This guy might be a thing, bro.
He had 11 points last week, so not too shabby. It's really just the
pick six.
Yeah. I mean, that's what brings it up there for sure. How about Jason Pinnock? Someone who came out of nowhere but had 13 total tackles out there. Jason Pinnock for the Giants.
Oh, okay, yeah, they kept calling his name.
Yeah, because he was tackling like fucking every play damn near. How about Julian Love? Back-to-back great performances to start the season. 13 total tackles, fumble recovery. Julian Love better be in your starting lineup if you got him on your squad.
Hell yeah.
This is someone who I've been talking about since the offseason is Diamador Lenore. Killing it on the tackles. He's got 19 total tackles through 2 games, and he got a big old greasy interception last game as well. Geno Stone. This is out of nowhere because you got multiple guys sitting for the Ravens. He gets 9 total tackles and had a big old greasy pick. L'Jarius Sneed doing what he does. 24 total tackles. 24 points, 7 total tackles, 1 forced fumble. Man, can't spit it out today. Pause. Jalen Thompson got that big old greasy pick finally. 7 total tackles. Cameron Bynum, 15 total tackles. Man, tackling.
Is he still with the Vikings?
Yep, Minnesota, 25 tackles through 2 games.
He's half Filipino, too.
Okay, there we go. They play the Chargers next week. That ball's going to be flying. Let's go pick him up. Dax Hill, man, killing it. 24 points last week, 23 points this week, 11 total tackles. All over the place. He is a tackling machine.
They're playing Minnesota next week, right?
They are playing the Rams next week.
Oh, okay, never mind. My bad.
Javon Holland, man, this one makes me proud. 22 points, 26 points last week, 11 total tackles. It's all over the place, man. It's awesome.
He was already one of the baddest motherfuckers, and then now he's with Vic Fangio. That means something to me.
Hell yeah. Xavier Howard killed it because of that interception yesterday. He's good for usually like 5 to 7 tackles. He had 6 yesterday. So right on par. How about Charvarius Ward? This is 2 weeks in a row that he's handling biz out there. Last week, 14 points. Not a lot of tackles, but he had the interception. This week, 10 total tackles, 21 points. Handling biz out there. Christian Gonzalez, 21 points. Last week, he got the sack. This week, he got the INT. Making plays out there. Honorable mentions, Rayshawn Jenkins, Rasul Douglas, and Trey Avery all had 20 points.
Where's Trey Avery at?
Tennessee Titans.
Okay, so he took over for Amani Hooker right now.
Yeah, because he didn't even play last week.
Yeah, no, Amani Hooker got hurt. Oh, yeah, you're talking about this guy.
Yeah, Trey Avery didn't even play last week. Yeah.
I want to
actually, Trey Avery was hurt as well. That's why he didn't play last week. And now him and Hooker just flip-flopped. And let's see. Kevin Byard, 19 points. MJ Stewart, not even sure who this guy is, but on the Texans, 19 points.
He came in and placed for Jalen Pitre.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This might probably is the Pitry replacement. And then we got Derwin James, Jordan Whitehead, Isaiah Oliver. This is 3 49er DBs with at least 18 points or more.
49er style DBs actually, because you got Whitehead with Saleh.
Yeah.
Got who was that second name you just said, or the third name?
Ward.
Oh yeah, Ward. Yeah.
Are we talking about MJ Stewart?
Jalen Pitry. Yeah.
MJ Stewart.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Niner defense with D'Amico Ryans.
All right, let's see if we got any guys who we could throw a dud at right now. Let's see if there's anybody we can throw a dud at right now. All these guys, I don't know. There's I don't see any big names. Jordan Poyer, 5. I mean, that's a dud. Jesse Bates, that's a dud performance with 6.
Everybody was chasing it.
Yeah. Branch, not a dud performance necessarily, but he didn't play as much as he played. Well, I guess he got hurt, so he didn't play a full game or anything. But 7 points this week. Richie Grant, 7 points. Micah Hyde, 7 points. Ufanga, 7. Not horrible, but we expect more from you guys. All right. Yep, Peacock said Stewart is a safety replacement. All right. All right, let's see. And last question. Actually, we'll get out of here after this. Ryan said, actually, we got to do the team defense as well. We got to do the DST. That'll be the last.
We got a couple questions in there, too. We'll take care of people if so.
Here goes Ryan's question. Redraft sends Sutton for Kyran.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Sutton did better than Judy did last week.
Yeah, sell high on Sutton just in case all those other youngsters like a Brandon Johnson and Marvin Mims start getting more in the fold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. And smash that subscribe button if it's your first time here. Make sure you go check out all the videos. Go like all the other videos on that got dropped for OverReaction Monday. And we're going to go into the team defense for you crazy DST people. Here we go.
Go watch next year, brother.
What up? What up? All right. We are bringing you a Team D video for you crazy guys that play with team defenses. Now, this is just going to be based off of sleeper scoring over here. So if it's different scoring over here than it is, sorry, but that's what we're going off of. We're going off.
Deal with it.
Number 1 defense on the week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chicago, man, they're going to be giving up. I think Chicago is going to be one of those teams you're going to be able to stream your D against. Cowboys, number 2 on the week, 16 points. Seahawks, a little surprising there versus the Lions, 15 points. And then we had 4 teams that had 11 points or more. The Buffalo Bills, the Eagles, Washington, Kansas City, and Colts and the Dolphins, I guess, would be the honorable mentions here. They both had 10 points. So there you have it. Those are the top teams on the week. How about the teams that dudded it up? Was anybody expecting? Let's see. Here are the lowest scoring teams on the week. So the Giants. I know there's a bunch of people who are like, oh, go out and start the Giants and stream them. Told you not to. They got -1 point. The Rams, the Jets, the Falcons, the Broncos all had 1 point. Baltimore, Tennessee, Green Bay, 3 points each. The Bears, the Cardinals, 4 points each. All bad there for the team defense. That's why Peacock. That's why you just stream the D's out there. Pause. Just stream the D. All right. Yeah, this one's always not even a long video for you guys who find this for the streaming D. But make sure every Tuesday you watch the defenses to pick up and stream right here on the 420 Hustler Network. Appreciate everybody who rocked with us for the entirety of Overreaction Monday. If you check this out, if you saw this on replay, the team defense video, go watch the 6 or 7 or 8 videos that dropped before this for every single position, including IDP. Appreciate you guys. We will see you for FNT at 1 o'clock West Coast time, 4 p.m. Eastern, where we bring you the news for the day, Monday and Tuesday, kind of more for questions than anything because there's not a bunch of news. But we'll see you guys then. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they